Again, okay?
Let me tell you something. Your mama, she's so stupid, she thinks that Manuel Labor is the name of the president of Mexico. Your mama is so dumb, she thinks that Kidney Stones is a Rolling Stone tribute band.
Gooch, I'm serious. You're starting to cross the line. Don't talk about my mother again, all right?
Your mama is so fat that when she holds ass, she got to take 3 trips.
Gooch, are you serious? Okay, Gagoots. You win. You can talk about my mom anytime you want, man.
That's right, I win. That's all right. That's so nice.
How?
That's so nice.
The Comedy Radio Show also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. So call Two Eagles Auto Body and ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527.
Okay, we'll just do that for now.
All right. Yes, everybody. Hello. We are here live from the Governor's Green Room here at Governor's Comedy Club. We got Tony Tone, the Love Bone, and we got Andy Plagainos in the house. How's everybody doing? I'm Don Sill, and we got a show out there tonight. We got Chris Roach was out there, and we saw Peter Bales and a whole bunch of people. Comics are out there today. Do you know who's headlining this thing? I would think it's Roach, right?
Roach is headlining, and Joe Crovella is featuring.
Nice. Joe Crovella.
Piccioni. I always screw up his name.
Luke Piccioni.
Okay, Italian guy.
Yeah, help me out.
No, I'm
It's
not
Piccioni.
Italian. You're the Italian.
It's Piccioni. Luke Piccioni.
He's going on before Joe.
Who's emceeing? Is it?
It's Bales.
Oh, okay. Because I know earlier Mary was trying to avoid doing that.
Right. Mary's going up. She is not hosting.
Yeah, she didn't want to host.
She's happy about that. Olga is going up. Wes Bayer, I believe, already went up.
Ah, yeah, I like Les. Hope he maybe can jump in here and play some tunes.
That guy's going up, whoever that was.
Yep, we saw
There's a new guy named Luca something. He's going up for a few minutes.
Yeah, very cool.
There goes Brian. Brian's going to stop in.
Okay, cool. Brian
Phelan,
the engineer.
Yeah, he used to work on Stern, and he's hung out in here a couple of times. He's a good guy.
Yeah, cool dude. Like a true New York type of engineer, union type of guy.
This is my first time meeting him. Was in the hallway, and I was like, dude, I could just fucking not, weed aside.
Right.
I could just listen to this guy, even if I was sober.
Andy is,
which he's not. Yeah.
So Andy, I have it on tape. I videoed him earlier. He said that he maybe smoked 1 or 2 hits too many today, and he's flying high, flying pretty nice right now.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No. So. No, I leaned into that. I'm actually in pain, deep emotional pain, and a physical pain,
and it takes
which I don't want to describe because it's a little embarrassing.
Why? What's so embarrassing about it?
I think we should talk about this.
We're all older now. We're all getting pains in odd places. What's the pain you're feeling, Andy?
No. That was made up. You called me out. You fucking. Thanks for not just
the
accepting
emotional
what
pain.
I said.
How about the
Mary?
Oh, okay, great. Mary Capone just said she's coming in.
Like you didn't have to whisper.
Yeah, I didn't even hear her. What did she say?
She said she's coming in after she goes up.
Oh,
so we got Mary coming in.
Very nice.
Just said it.
Andy, so Andy, we were talking earlier.
Yeah.
Before we got into your emotional problems,
right?
About you prefer smoking over edibles.
Yes, I do, because I don't like the taste. Like it's always there in every edible. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Yes. Yeah. And whatever the oil or whatever fat was used to make. That was infused and then used to make. See, you see how I'm trying to show credibility? I'm like, do I sound credible enough? Let me add another step to the process that nobody really fucking cares.
No, but I think, have you ever tried making any of your own, or had like somebody make something for you?
Yeah,
like
chef? I am friends with Billy Geyer.
Nice. And Billy makes his own stuff?
Billy makes his own, usually around the holidays.
Really? He makes like chocolates and stuff?
Not really. It's brownies, cookies. He does a few different things.
Wow, we got to get Billy like to give us a recipe or show us how like a cooking show or something.
Dude.
And watch him actually cook up some delicious edibles.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
I think so.
That'll be fun. So you've seen him in action?
Yeah, and like I knew I couldn't do it anymore when I was there were these brownies that were insane, and I was like vomiting as I was like forcing it down my throat.
So you were throwing up and eating at the same time?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm like, all right, this is the last time I'm doing this, because I feel like this is like hard to explain.
That's when someone needs to take you to some like therapy or something after that.
Well, then, but I will say I recently tried mushroom bars.
Oh, yeah. I was literally, because there's a lot of mushroom symbology everywhere these days. Everybody's all about the shrooms. So I actually was saying, like, to Wendy, I was like, I wouldn't mind trying, like, a chocolate
edible mushroom.
Okay.
And seeing what that does. I've never done shrooms, never kind of hallucinated before or any of those type of things.
Right.
Tell me about the mushroom experience.
So what's great is because it's formalized, like the wrapper that it comes in actually gives you a sort of a guide, because it's got squares like a Hershey bar.
Right.
And it'll tell you like microdosing is 1 square. 2 will get you a nice high, and then 3 and up starts getting you into that tripping out. Because I had told Billy, I'm like, when I tried mushrooms, like, it was sort of the same thing. They were so gross.
Well, you probably ate them raw.
Yeah,
then, back in the day.
It was like a shitty high. So I think I don't even if they were good or whatever. So that one time, and so Billy had these bars, and so we were in Pennsylvania,
right?
And I looked at the dosing thing, and I'm like, I will have 2.
So you went not the full on hallucinogen,
right?
But you went above microdosing to get an effect,
right? Rather than because Mike Tansey was the driver, very responsible kid.
So you knew you were safe.
Yeah, and Billy, in case anybody got rough. Because we did stop at this,
got rough
bar that was like, actually, I'm like, I loved the setup of the bar. Like, you walked in the doors, the bar is there is almost like a bunker.
Wow.
Like in front, it's just like, it's kind of this curved bar in front of you. And then the seatings are off to either side.
There he is.
But,
wow, that's pretty trippy.
Brian's checking in.
What's up?
What are you doing? Yeah, we're on. Yeah, we're on right now.
We're talking about.
Hello.
We're talking about shrooms.
Yeah.
Andy's telling us
mushroom bars
when he did the mushrooms,
which are, like on Earth. Yeah. Yeah.
But he's not doing them now. But
yeah.
Oh, you did some shrooms?
Well,
hey, have a seat. Grab the headset or right there.
Yeah, come sit right there. Yeah.
I got a mushroom story.
Yeah. So Andy's telling us his.
Oh yeah, no. But I was just talking about the bar. It was a very nice high.
Did you hallucinate?
No, that's what I had taken the amount that it, and so I trust the dosing guide that's now on the wrapper.
So do you still have it? Like?
Oh no, but I'm going to be getting it.
Right. Where did you go for this?
A very good friend of mine.
Oh, it wasn't like legal
Amsterdam.
Stuff. Right, like Amsterdam. You ever been to Amsterdam?
No.
Okay.
No. This is here.
All right, I went to Amsterdam.
Oh, here.
So they have coffee shops which sell weed.
Right.
They have bars which sell alcohol. You can't smoke in a bar and you can't drink at a coffee shop.
Really?
They have little bodegas where they sell paraphernalia, you know?
Like bowls.
But they they have bowls, pipes, whatever.
Right.
They also sell mushrooms there. Now, these are mushrooms that are fresh, just picked. Now, if you look at them, it's like going to the grocery store, but they're not mushrooms like that. They look like almost like asparagus, but mushroom shaped, like penises, though. Kind of weird. It's
are they flat?
They're flat. They don't have mushroom heads.
Do tell.
Right.
But they're flat, but they look like cocks. You know, anyway.
Flat cocks.
Fresh. They're fresh.
So that would be
Okay, so
fresh flat cocks.
that's what Jay means when
so there's
says
cocks,
he ate a bag of dicks.
Exactly. Eat a bag of dicks. Exactly. So what's wild is, all right, so I've eaten shrooms in America, and they're dried out, and you got to eat them with a pizza or a burger because you'll just choke on dust and, you know, whatever.
Right.
But here, they're fresh. So we get to Amsterdam, and I'm like, holy shit. But now they have 8 things, and they have like little descriptions. Mexican mushrooms. These will make you laugh. You know, vibrant colors, blah blah blah.
Oh wow, there's like different.
Right,
We'll do different things,
and then it goes up, and like this will make you see fucking God. You know, and I'm like, I just want to laugh. They're like,
see what the Mexican.
They're like, take these.
The jumping beans.
Right, exactly. So I took the lowest brand. And we went, and I threw them on my eggs. I got there like 8 in the morning, and I fucking grabbed an omelet, and I threw them on my eggs, and I ate them up. My friends were all like, holy shit, you're fucking hardcore. And like an hour later, I'm having a drink, and somebody said something, and it kicked in right there, and I just sprayed everywhere.
Oh, wow.
And it was great. So
Meanwhile,
now,
they said your dog died or something.
exactly. No, right, exactly. So now I'm just like tripping balls, and
So
it's like,
great.
but not like hallucinating, which was great. It was just everything was funny, and that's what made it. A couple of the other guys that I was with took some harder shit. I think one guy shit himself and just like left. He's like, I gotta go, and we're like, what? And we're like, I think he shit himself. Look at that. Oh, yes.
The best trip ever.
So Amsterdam it's awesome. I love it.
What made you go to Amsterdam?
We went. So I used to work on the Stern Show,
Right.
and one of the guys on the show, Jason, had a bachelor party, and he wanted to go there. So I'm like, I've never been there.
Anybody we know from the Stern?
Yeah, I mean, I went with Shuli.
Oh, yeah.
He actually came late. He was there a day late, but we got there. Jason, my brother went. Jason went with like four of his brother and four of his friends who, nobody was famous. Some behind the scenes guy, this guy Ben Bardo, Kevin Kraft. If you know the show, you might know them, you know.
Yeah.
Or I know I've heard.
Yeah, you've heard their
names.
names, right? Ben Bardo was there.
And when you say it, Jason
Kaplan, right? Jason Kaplan, right? Me, Shuli showed up a day later. He was actually doing a show. They called into. He was doing Jay Thomas's show.
Oh, okay.
And he called him right when another day, the next day, when the mushrooms kicked in, and the same thing happened. And they're like, "Oh my God, Phelan just threw up," and he's like, "Oh my God, I'm on my way. What the fuck?" Like, he couldn't wait to get there.
There's a good group of guys.
Oh,
there.
it was a blast. We had 15 guys, so we're hanging out, and it was just great because we walked along. Now at Amsterdam, they have these trolleys that just go through the town. You got to watch out because they're right. They go down the street.
They'll run you down.
They'll knock. And people ride
really.
bikes everywhere. So a couple of guys got hit by bikes. A couple of guys got hit by trolleys. Like, you just don't know.
Do they ride on the right or left side over there? Because that messed me up in England.
All right, so I think they ride on the left side. Yeah, no, the wheel is on the opposite side because my size, and my brother, my size, went to a casino with Shuli, and we got in the smallest fucking car possible to go to a casino. And we were just like, sitting next to each other like this. And we hung out at the casino. But like I said, we were just like, we went from bar to coffee shop to bar to coffee shop and stopping along the way, just get mushrooms. The thing is with the mushrooms, you got to eat all of them at once for them to really take effect. If you don't, like I was taking one every hour. And it really didn't do much, but it at the end of the day, you're so high and drunk.
And then you hit the red light district.
Yes, so this is the best. So,
Yeah.
All right, so we go. The Black Crows happen to be playing, so we
Oh,
got
nice.
to see the
There
Black
you go.
Crows.
That's fucking
so
awesome.
we go up, and then now this was kind of cool. So we took a subway. It was out of town. We take the subway. We go out of town, and it's like graffiti everywhere. It looked like fucking the Bronx in the '80s. That's what Amsterdam looked like.
Wow.
So we go to see the show, and I come out of the show, and we go to the bathroom, and I turn around, and it was me, my brother, Steve Brendano was there as well, Jason and his friend, or his brother. I turn around, and they're all gone. And I'm like, where the fuck did everybody go?
So you're by yourself?
I lost them in the bathroom in Amsterdam on the other side of the world. So now I'm by myself. But I have a good sense of direction, so I get back to the subway, and we go back to Amsterdam. Now, when you get to Amsterdam, like in the north part of town, you come down, and like a half a block away is the red light district.
So you're still by yourself at
So
this
I'm
point?
by myself.
By yourself
so I
in the
get
red
off,
light district.
and I'm like, all right, where is everybody going to go? I'll go to the red light district just to check it out. We go there. Now, they have these fucking things that they look like giant road cones. They're 4-way urinals outside. So
Wow.
you literally could stand up and just piss outside, but it looks like a giant road cone. But it's a urinal, which was great because you piss right outside. And you just
Yeah.
pick them up, dump them, and then they put them back down, and everybody's drinking. You don't have to go find the bathroom.
Right, yeah. It's easier.
So I go to the fucking bathroom, and I run into Jason's brothers at the same urinal. We're all at the same urinal. And I'm like, holy shit, you guys, what the fuck?
Where were you, man?
Oh, that's so awesome.
But we didn't go to the show together. They weren't at the show with us. I just ran into
What the hell
these three
the
other
odds of
guys.
that?
And we're
Yeah.
pissing at the same time. So I'm like, where are we
Maybe they
going to
were a
go?
hallucination.
No, right, exactly. Right. No, I was with these
They
guys.
weren't even on the trip.
He's just talking.
Well, we were in fucking San Francisco. What are you talking about?
He's
Come on, guys, you're coming with me, brothers. So we end up going to the red light district, and we're walking out. At the time, we had 3 phones between us, and the 3 phones were satellite phones, so nobody could connect unless you had these 3 phones. And we're walking, and we get a phone call, and we're like, "Oh, it's whoever had the other phone." They're like, "Yo, what's up?" They're like, "Yo, we're at this bar, the Excalibur." And I look, I'm like, "Holy shit, we're standing in front of the Excalibur."
Holy shit.
So now I'm on the other side of the world, and I run into everybody. Wow. So I'm like, this is fucking unbelievable. So now we start drinking, we're hanging out. And it's funny because in the red light district, they don't like people taking pictures.
Yeah, right.
And when you do take a picture, they'll come out and chase you down.
Wow.
So
damn.
people are getting beat up on the street for taking pictures. And there's a canal in between each side.
Right.
Wow.
Dude, I saw people get thrown into a canal.
Wow.
It was fucking out of hand.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Damn.
oh my God, this is fucking the best. So sure enough, everybody's just hanging out and people are like, having a good time drinking. And then all of a sudden, like, somebody disappears. Then another guy disappears and you're like, that guy goes over to go fucking phone drop. Like, what the fuck? Like, people just started dropping off here and there.
It's hard
And
when
it
you're in
was
that when you're in Amsterdam and you're on some shrooms and you're on some pot and there's the girls and it's hard not to,
It's hard.
resist anything.
It is hard to resist anything because, listen, everything's legal there.
What'd your girl
I
look
didn't do
like?
anything. Shut a cock. I was like,
No, I
what the
paid
fuck?
extra for it.
No, but it was so funny because, at that point, I've been all day out drinking, smoking, everything. I literally hit on my way back to the hotel. I hit every fast food place. I went to Burger King. I went to McDonald's. I went to the fucking room. I ate all the candy. I was like, fucking just, and I ate everything up. And the crazy thing was, so Artie Lang, I don't know if you know him.
Yeah, of course we know. Artie.
All right, so
He's
Artie,
been in this room, as a matter of
okay.
fact.
That's right. I was here when he was here. Yeah. All right. So Artie, at that time, we went. That day we left, he attacked his assistant, Teddy, on the show. So he showed up, but he wasn't with us the whole weekend. And we went to a dinner and he didn't show up and it was weird. So all of a sudden we come out of this one fucking bar and Sunday morning at 10 in the morning. And we're standing there, and all of a sudden we come out, and who's there? Fucking Artie.
Oh, wow.
So we're like, holy shit. So Artie's like, oh, man, I resigned. Because he went out, he attacked his fucking thing.
Like physically attacked.
Physically attacked him. It was fucking bad. It was really fucking bad news. Anyway, so we're like, yeah, Artie, that was great hanging, working with you, blah, 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 because he quit. He's basically quit. And then so I go home, and I get a call that night. Listen, set up the camera, put it on the door. Artie's coming in. I'm like, Artie's coming in. Artie resigned. And they made a deal or whatever, and they said, Artie's not leaving. So, listen, I love Artie. He's a fucking great dude. He's an awesome man. But they should have just let him go then and there. I mean, he attacked his assistant. But he came back, and then everybody knows what happened after that. He just fucking went off the deep end or whatever. Like I said, I love him. He's a great guy. He's got a heart of gold.
He's a brilliant comedian.
But he has his issues. He always said it's not going to end well here, and it didn't end well, But he actually was there too, and it was kind of weird, we saw him for literally 20 minutes out of 55 hours,
Wow,
and we went on our way. But yeah, I forgot he was there only because we only saw him for like 2 minutes. But yeah, it was Amsterdam's the shit. But yeah, back to shrooms.
Yeah.
I love them.
Have you ever been there in Amsterdam?
I've never been to
Me neither.
Amsterdam.
Nor
It's,
have
it's
I.
on the bucket list. I would like to go.
Me too.
It's worth going to, definitely, just to say you're there. Although a friend of mine told me what's even sicker than that is Berlin.
Really?
Yeah, even though
I've never heard that.
it's not advertised like Amsterdam, but Berlin is like a fucking utopia for anything you want to do.
Really?
They don't give a
Wow.
shit about. Yeah, a friend of mine, he's like my cousin. Lives in Berlin. He brought me around, and he goes, "It was 10 times better than Amsterdam."
Really? So
Yeah.
Berlin's another haven for
Everything,
all that
right?
stuff?
And it's not, but it's not advertised like Amsterdam. So I guess
know that.
it's just kind of on the low, down low.
Right.
That's smarter.
Yeah,
I
why
can
not?
tell you, Suwon, Korea, in South Korea, they had almost a similar setup, and it was right by the train station, but of women in glass
Yeah,
We
right.
love you long time.
Dude, it's wild to see because it's like literally like a door like that, and then
Yeah,
like right next
exactly.
to each other. It's literally a door.
We sometimes use it like that.
No, right
in here.
It's we should actually.
try.
Andy dances in front of the window sometimes.
But that's exactly how it is, man. And they're so close to each other, and then they just bring the shade down, and you're there. But yeah, it's just it's a different world. It's a different world, and there's a musk smell. It's really it's you go there and it's like a road. Then there's a canal you walk over. Then there's a section of living. Then there's a canal, and it's just like you're constantly going over these canals.
Okay.
And the canal, I guess that's where all the shit goes because where else are you gonna
Drainage.
send drainage, right?
Yeah, so it's all
you got
flowing
that
through.
you got that weird musk smell
So basically, people are getting thrown in the canal. Are getting thrown into piss.
into shit piss. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, it's really weird. But yeah, that was kind of fucked up, man. I was like, dude, I never. Yeah.
Were you guys walking around like we were at the Stern Show? Oh, did they even
have,
know?
no,
Yeah,
I have no.
probably
I don't even
know it
think
over
they
there.
know who the fuck we were.
Right, 'cause they
you
know it in England.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, really?
No, I'm just
Yeah.
I'm
Thought you were
amused
laughing
by
at me.
what. No, with you.
I was about to throw you in the canal,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
That was funny. So, where we stayed, we went over one, bridge of a canal, and there was an open square. And within that open square, there was like, outdoor seating and everything. And there was a comedy club, and that's where we ran into comedy. And we ran into Artie. And Artie goes, I don't know, maybe I'll just stay here and do fucking shows out of this place. I was like,
I'll just stay here forever.
It was just such a weird, because
These people get me.
it was just a weird time, like
Right.
after everything that happened. But listen, we had a great time.
He seems to be doing. I mean, he seems like a couple
Have
of
you heard
years
from
now.
him?
It's going well, right?
Yeah, so he's out of the limelight. He's out of the spotlight, and the last time I saw him was here. He
And
did
you were
the
here
show.
that night too.
I was.
He
yeah,
did the
I watched
show,
the
and then he
shows,
came.
yeah.
I said hello to him back here with Reverend Bob, and then he came in here,
Right.
and I split because I knew Wootsy's in here. Who knows how long it's going to be?
Yeah,
so
he was
I
only
left.
in for like maybe 10 minutes. That
Okay,
was
yeah.
it,
So he came in and I left, and that was the last time I saw him. He gave me his number, and like Artie, anytime I got a new number on him, it lasts in a month, and then it was
Right.
changed.
Yeah.
So
he's
that was the last time I saw him. I tried to contact him on Twitter, never responded. I think I know he's doing good only because I know he's not out there.
Right.
And I think at this point it's like, if he's out there, then it'll be a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
if he's not in the limelight, maybe he could stay away from it.
Sure.
I hope so.
I think
man.
he's got
It's
enough
tough.
money where he could kind of retire and just live his life
Right.
and be okay. It sucks because he's a great guy. The guy's got a heart of gold, man. He was just like the nicest, sweetest guy.
Yeah.
Opened up everything, man. His house, his fucking wallet, everything, man. He was just a cool guy to hang with.
Right.
But that's his issue. He's got his demons.
Right.
And,
Yeah, man,
and
big
like
time.
they say, when you have that problem, you got to just drop everybody you know
Oh, yeah.
and stay
Yeah.
away.
Hate
Yep.
the sin, love the sinner.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Like-
So
Yeah, he's been off the radar. Like
at least since the pandemic, right? Was it right before the pandemic he was here, right?
Yeah, it was just before it. If
That
I'm
was
not
pretty
mistaken.
much
Yeah,
it.
just
That was
before it,
He
and
did
then-
a couple things after that, but
that show Crashing. That he was great on that, but I think that ended before the.
oh right, yes, yeah, he was on Crashing.
Yeah,
right.
and that was great. He was
No, right, he was
really
perfect.
good on that as an
He
actor.
did that one episode that was really his life.
Yeah, that
where
was powerful shit.
It was powerful.
Yeah,
man.
there was a lot of powerful moments in that show.
Yeah. That was a great show. But yeah, once that ended, like I said, he did some comedy and then he went away again, man. And,
It's smart if like you said, if it's gonna save his life,
right.
You know,
absolutely.
right. Yep.
Right.
You know?
and he stays away from that because all those kind of things could trigger you or
People,
whatever.
places, and things.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. So it's and that's hard to do too because not only are you addicted to the substance, but you're addicted to the lifestyle and the
Right.
people. And,
Right. That's exactly it, man. Get into that mode. Excuse me, and you
Get
just
triggered by
right. You
something.
get triggered by
It's
it
just-
because it's like it's easy access.
Right.
People are throwing you stuff.
Audience members
Exactly.
is giving you
Right.
shit.
I couldn't tell you how many times people were like, "Yo, doobs, whatever," they
Yeah,
just throw
right.
you whatever, And it's like, yeah, how you gonna, you can't turn that shit down when you're an addict.
Yeah, man. It's like.
But now, what about Florentine? You're in touch with him, right?
I am in touch with him. We don't hang out or anything
But that
like that. But if I
motherfucker,
call him,
He came in here that day that you came in.
Yeah.
We were talking about a bunch of different things, but we were talking about that metal show, which I personally loved. But it was a week later. Him and Eddie Trunk and Jameson, they brought it back.
Yeah.
Like that. I could have had the exclusive, and he didn't say a word. I was like, that motherfucker.
They're doing a big show coming up.
Yeah, they do a show every year.
Like
Once a year, they do a big show,
Right.
and they all get together and do that show. It was a great show.
I loved it.
The thing is, though, you gotta like who's on it.
Right.
Like there's not every metal band that I like. So
This one, I looked at the bands and I was like, I don't even know these bands.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I forget who the lineup was. I don't even know if they had like a big headline. I could be wrong, but I just saw the poster last week.
Eddie knows everybody, so Eddie's all about the
Yeah,
metal.
yeah.
Florentine, I've been to plenty of shows with Florentine. Man, we had a great time. We went to CAC. There's a good story too.
He's a good dude, man.
Florentine's a good man.
Yeah,
So,
he's great. He's awesome.
So ACDC's getting inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
One of his
They
favorites.
come on the show, okay? After the show, they happen to do a show at Roseland, which is a nice small club back
legendary
in the day.
Roseland.
So I go to the show. It's me and my brother, a couple of my friends. I run into Artie and Florentine there. Now, we got set. I don't know if you've ever been to Roseland, but Roseland was a main floor, and then there was like a side stage up above the main stage on the side.
Yep.
All the VIP guys were there. Me, Artie, Florentine, my brother, all our guys. They're all in suits. We're all fucking dressed like, like us. And just fucking going off, man. And all the suits are just like, what the fuck? Above it all.
Yeah.
So now we jam out, and we're having the greatest time. And Artie, this was like 2002, maybe. Artie had just started. It was like maybe a year into Artie starting on the show. Maybe not even. And he just looks over, he's like, Phelan, we got to go to school. And I'm like, fuck yeah, it's a Tuesday night. We got to go to work at 4 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday.
Right.
We're like, fuck yeah, we're going. So we go and we fucking run into Lonnie. Lonnie's fucking sits us up in, the VIP area. We're fucking just jamming out. And there's this fucking 8-10 strippers all around this one fucking guy. And I'm like, what? You can't even see the guy. He's so fucking deep and stripping.
That's called heaven, by the way.
Exactly.
Is that Agnes?
So they play.
Agnes?
So they play. Girls, girls, girls. And when they play that song, every girl has to walk the runway, so everybody knows who's out there. So they can. I want her. I want her.
Right.
Wow.
They all leave this guy. Who's the guy? Fucking Vince Neil. He cock-blocked himself. Fucking his song. Fucking all the chicks left him. He's like, what the fuck, man?
own song.
You're like, Vince, you got cock-blocked by your own fucking song.
We could call
That's
it's the
It was the best,
the Motley
man.
Paradox. Should be studied. Should be fucking studied in
So
MIT or something.
Yeah.
Motley Paradox.
That's amazing. I am so happy to hear this.
I fucking laughed my ass.
It proves most of my theories. Everything
Yes,
you just said.
absolutely.
Yeah.
How could you write a song that you can't? All the girls leave you.
Yeah.
It's so
Wow.
fucking great, man.
The quintessential stripper song. Too,
Absolutely
like,
right. So once they played it, everybody's like, "I got to go to work." See ya, and they leave him, and he's like, "What the fuck, man? I got money."
I wrote the lyrics to this shit.
It was classic.
Yeah, that's
so
pretty
Classic
great.
night, man. And then, sure enough, 3 hours later, we're back at work, all like, "Oh, motherfucker! What a night! That was so much fun."
fucking Vince Neil, man.
Did you know? I'm trying to remember. He had a nickname on the show. His real name is Montalto. That's his last name.
I don't know.
Joey Pants or something.
Joey Boot.
Joey Pants is
No,
Pantanal.
Joey. Right,
Oh, right.
right.
So maybe it was
From
Boots.
from
Joey Boots.
Joey Boots.
Yeah, I think
Joey
it's-
Boots was was that his last name? Maybe it was. I only knew him as Joey Boots.
Oh, okay.
Turns out, actually, was really weird. We were related by marriage.
Oh wow.
My stepsister married his cousin.
Oh wow.
Oh wow, man.
I grew up with him.
Yeah, Joey. He died, right? He's the good guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
died.
I got the wrong guy. Then.
Maybe.
You better check.
Unless you didn't. I
Yeah,
just
no.
didn't know it.
Joey
I mean, it's from a
Boots-
few years ago.
Joey Boots died. He was doing something on the computer online, and he fucking died. He OD'd on heroin.
Oh wow.
But he died on. I don't know if anybody has it on tape or anything. I have no idea, but I know he was like on the computer, and he died sitting on his computer, and they found him right in front of it.
Yeah, so it's not that's not the
Joey
guy.
Booth. Joey Pantaleone is the actor from Good. He's in Sopranos. He was also in
He was in the first time I remember seeing him was in Risky Business.
Right. He was the pimp.
Right.
Yeah, Guido the pimp.
Yeah, Guido the pimp. He was awesome.
Great guy. I met him. He came on the show. We met.
How long were you on Stern? What was your duration?
I did. All right. So I did 16 years on the show, but so in '94. Howard used to hire my production company. Not that I owned it, but I worked for a production company. Anytime he did anything, he hired us to videotape it. So I did his book signing. I did his run for governor. I did.
Wow, you were there through his history.
I did all the
biggest
early
moments
shit,
back, like his
I
rise.
did his New Year's Eve special.
Wow.
I did all of that shit. In fact, I'm kind of pissed. When he wrote his book, his first book, there's a picture in the book where they're like Stern for governor.
Right, yeah.
And there's a camera crew. And I was supposed to work that day, and this guy was like, I want to be on that shoot. And he was on the shoot. He took it away from me, and he's in the fucking book. And I'm not.
Yeah.
But I got back, and I worked for the show. But
so,
anyway.
so you're in there during the K-Rock era, pretty much?
I was there at K-Rock. I did eight years at K-Rock. I did 8 years at Sirius. So we did 90. I did 97 to 05 at K-Rock.
So he was already a juggernaut at that point. He's already bigger than life.
So I got there right when the movie came out, like literally a month.
Oh, wow.
I started in January '97. The movie came out in March.
Yeah.
So I got to do that rise of the movie.
That's
and
great.
then after that, I was a listener from 88, 87 I was a listener.
Yeah, man.
So I heard all that shit. I got old tapes of fucking craziness. It was great. Then I started working there, and it was even crazier than that. Fucking just like...
So girls, that's why I always wonder what's it like being a part of the Howard Stern show during
awesome.
those years, or like the rock star years.
It was a rock star.
And how was Howard with you? Did Howard take the time to talk to you?
At the first couple of years, Howard didn't know me, which was fine. It is what it is. And then one year we went to New Orleans, and we went to do. He was selling his Saturday night show to Napty. Go up against
that was
Saturday
on
Live.
Channel 9, right?
No, it was on CBS. He had the Channel 9 show in the late 80s, early 90s. Then when I started, he did a program that went up against Saturday Night Live.
I remember he was trying to do that. Remember those?
It was on CBS.
Yeah. Did it ever come out? Did that?
It did. It was out for 2 years.
On CBS show?
Yeah. It was a CBS show that ran. It actually beat Saturday Night Live a few times. Basically, it was the E! Show edited down to like the best moments that he put on. Dude, the guy's a genius.
Yeah.
He was getting paid to do the radio show, which he put on E!, which he then put a highlight reel on CBS. He was getting paid 3 salaries
for the one
same
thing.
job.
Yeah. Wow.
Great guy. Fucking awesome. So anyway, I'm in New Orleans, and I used to work in porn. And
in New Orleans?
No, in New York. And then as I was going to New Orleans, I ran into my old boss at porn, and he sat me in first class and got me wasted. And I had a fucking anxiety attack. And I fucking went to the bathroom, and I passed out on the drink card on the way to the bathroom.
Wow.
And Howard found out about that, and then fucking busted my balls about that.
On the air?
On the air. And then we were in New Orleans, and he's never been there, and I was. And I'm like, dude, Howard, you don't understand, man. We get these fucking beads. We throw these fucking beads, and chicks flash their tits. Now, it wasn't Mardi Gras. It was like a couple months after Mardi Gras. He's like, get me beads. And so we get beads, and there was like maybe 10, 15 people on the street.
So you and Howard Stern went to New Orleans and threw beads at chicks together?
So after like 10 minutes, it was like Mardi Gras. It was like hundreds of people just like, oh my God, that's Howard Stern. And it was like a Mardi Gras. And it was fucking awesome. And we had to go, dude, we spent $8,000 in beads. They fucking got a bill for $8,000.
That's a lot of titties.
Right.
That's a lot of titties.
So he was like, this was
penny.
fucking awesome. This was awesome. So that's when I became like known to him.
Wow.
And then from then,
is this on any recordings of the show?
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Back
Dude,
in the day.
your name is familiar.
So I was
yes.
like,
Brian the Tit Guy.
So at the E! Show, I wasn't that famous. I wasn't, I would appear here or there.
But they would
and
mainly
he would mention me.
Your last name by your last name usually. Yeah.
No, I wasn't. Sal the stockbroker. I didn't have a nickname. I was
Right,
Brian Phelan.
Right.
So they used my full name.
Right.
So So during that time at E, I was here and there on the show. And if you were a hardcore fan, you knew who I was. But you had to be a hardcore fan.
Right.
Once we got to satellite Sirius, I was on a much more. So I got big, like we went to Vegas and people actually, that's when I signed my first autograph. And I'm like, holy shit.
Nice.
It was kind of freaky. I'm like, wow, you know me? Like I'm barely on the show and you know me, which was kind of cool, but it was, it's the
when would he
of the
pick?
show.
When would he bring you in? Like when during was it
Whenever,
similar like with Benji
when
or
anything
something?
crazy, when anything crazy happened, so I drank. I was the party guy. So
I think I remember
right
you
off the
said
bat,
to him.
bat, he heard a story about me drinking, or at a concert I had a fight, and he'd bring me in and tell me about that.
I think I remember
We had a
some
drinking
of this
show
stuff.
in '99 at MTV. I was the drunk cam, and I blew a breathalyzer of like 1.8.
Yeah.
It was fucking crazy. We had a great time. So I had my moments, but I wasn't I wasn't the most famous guy, but I was on the show. I wasn't like out to be the star.
Right.
But they brought me out to say who the fuck I was, which was fine.
Was it nerve-wracking dealing with Howard on the air? Like, were you nervous that he was going to turn on you or anything?
Not turn on me. Just I didn't know how to act. I didn't know what to say out there. I didn't know. Like I got one of the first times I was on the air. We were at a Christmas party. The first year I was there, I got busted smoking weed and arrested. So we went out. We were at this bar downtown, and I got arrested smoking a joint in the front. They arrest me. I go to fucking jail down the same jail that they arrested David Lee Roth in back in the 90s,
We
whatever.
got the dime bag.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I come out and I go back to the bar and I walk in and everybody's like, Brian Phelan. So they chase me. And then I go to work one day and I'm dressed in a suit because I had to leave early to go to court. Now this is the power of the show. I go there and when I get arrested, I go, I'm here on a Christmas party. He's like, yeah. I go, yeah, my boss is Howard Stern. Figured I use his name to get out of it.
Right, yeah.
The fucking sergeant was like, pulls up with all these guys, all undercover. And he's like, take him in. They're like, dude, he's on the Stern Show. He goes, you guys made no arrests this week. Take him fucking in.
Oh,
So now I go to jail and I'm standing there and I'm in with these two other guys. One guy's sleeping on the floor. It says like no shoelaces, no belts. I'm like, yo, you want my belt? No, don't worry about it. You want a drink? You want something? You got to go to the bathroom? I'm like, no, I'm cool. I just didn't want any, special treatment. This guy wakes up. He's like, I got to go to the bathroom. He's like, shut the fuck up. I'm talking to your arrested officer. Like, they switched on a dime.
Wow, damn.
So I'm like, all right. Now I'm trying to play it cool. I'm like, all right. I know it's like a little holding cell, but I'm like, all right, I can take you. I can take that. I think I'll be okay.
You have to do
All of a sudden, two cops walk in, detectives, and they're like, hey, Jose. Oh, yeah, there he is. Look, he's wearing the same jacket. He's like, who'd I kill? They go, why don't you tell us? And I'm like, holy shit, I smoked a joint. This guy killed somebody. What the fuck am I doing here? So, needless to say, I get out 3 hours later. I go back to the bar. The bar's packed. They're all making fun of me. I go to work a couple of weeks later. I got to make a court appearance. This is the power of the show. I go to court in a suit. I'm the fucking first guy called in court. First guy.
Wow.
When are you
You're right.
ever in court?
Yeah.
You're the first guy.
Yeah.
They go, all right, state of New York versus Brian Phelan. I'm like, yeah. They're like, we don't have enough evidence to charge you. They grabbed 2 joints from me. I'm like, where are the 2 joints? They must have smoked them. They got rid of it. So they're like, listen, if you don't hear from us in 2 months, you're free to go. I'm like,
oh, wow.
that's it, free to go? He goes, you're free to go. And I leave, and I actually went back to work. Because I was like, I had time. I went in at 9 a.m. I was out at 9:01.
And I'm sure they love that.
So they bring me on the air, and they're like, "What?" And now I'm like, I don't know what to say because I don't want to bag myself.
Right.
Yes.
I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it's like unwritten law. You can smoke, but you can't. And I didn't know how to handle it. You know? And then as I went in later and later, I kind of got more comfortable, and I was able to just I was so nervous in the beginning, man, because you're like, that dude, he was my idol back then.
Yeah, no doubt.
Me
And
too.
I'm like, I don't want to fucking I don't want to say anything wrong. Blah blah blah.
And then have Fred there with sound effects.
Yeah.
Fucking with you.
and then like we went to as I left when we ended the show 10 years ago, we went to a Metallica show at the Apollo. And I was like, my seats were in the back, and they upgraded me to like the 4th row.
Wow.
And Howard, who's behind me? Howard. So now I'm like, fuck, man. I love concerts. I love music. I'm a fucking maniac. And I'm like, fucking Howard's behind me. God damn it. What do I do?
I don't want to rock out too hard. Yeah.
So sure enough, I'm like, I don't know how to play this. I'll play it cool. And once the show started, I'm like a fucking lunatic. You know? Florentine was there. He was just like, fucking go. You know?
Yeah.
And I just went off. And I actually was right next to Gary's wife, Mary. And we went into the show Monday morning. I'm like, Gary, I just want to apologize to Mary. And he goes, why? And I go, because I was that guy. Right. She goes, no, she fucking loves that, man. You were having a good time. So it was all cool. But by the end, I was,
How is Gary behind the scenes? Because I never know what to make of him.
Gary's good guy. It took me a while for him to warm up to me. But in the end, he's a great guy. He really is a good guy. He's got a lot on his shoulders, man.
Yeah, I feel like he's like the real boss. He's like behind the scenes. He's the guy.
He used to be that guy, but now it's a different world there. So he's not that guy, but he's the executive producer of the show, so he books everything. But out of anybody, that fucking guy takes the biggest beating.
Yeah,
he takes the biggest beating out of anybody.
Right.
And the fact that he's been doing it for fucking 40 years, God bless him. Man.
Yeah, he was there pretty much in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, ever since
beginning
I've
of
been
K-Rock is.
What am I reading here?
What are you reading? Uh-oh.
What is it?
Oh, Jesus Christ. What are you reading?
They wanted you to get naked in the studio?
Richard Christie did, yeah. Richard Christie.
Richard told the crew he wanted Howard.
He wanted to see me naked because he called me the cuddler.
That's what it says.
Guy.
I call Brian the cuddler.
Yeah, I'm the cuddler.
He's the cuddliest guy around here. He's so cute. He's like a big bear.
Yeah, and he's like, get naked. I'm like, I'm not fucking getting naked for you. Like, I'm a fucking mess. What the fuck do I fucking naked for you? Fucking free. He actually chased me around at the night of the film festival. He was like, I want to fuck you. And like, I literally chased me around. And I'm like... I love Rich. He's a great guy, but he's off the wall with it.
He's a drummer of
Death and Iced Earth.
Yeah, Iced Earth. Yeah, which was who's the singer? Was the what's his name?
He had
Ripper Owens, right?
Ted Ripper. Wow. Not Ted Ripper. Fucking Ted. It was Tim Ripper. Tim Ripper Owens.
Yeah.
Who was the
Judas Priest?
Judas Priest guy when they replaced Halford.
Yeah, that's freaking cool.
Yeah.
Now Halford probably says he wants to fuck you too.
Probably.
Dude, he would slow it down a little bit for Halford.
All right, last year's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Did you catch that?
When he sang with Dolly Parton?
Right. Did you see how he fucking made like a beeline to her?
Yes.
Oh, what a thing. When you get it, you kind of get it.
That's when he shows his true colors.
But listen, they made a song together, man.
Yeah.
The album is out, and I might get it. I don't know.
I can't. We actually talked about it recently.
Yeah.
He has no idea who anybody is right now.
I just saw a picture of Rob Halford. I think I saw it either today or yesterday. Rob Halford with his boyfriend.
Oh, wow, I never
saw that. And it's weird seeing it.
Either.
We all know he's gay. Came out years ago. But it's weird. Still weird seeing shit, he really is.
No, right. I know. Dude, you're like... The guy's in leather, and you're like, oh, kind of makes sense now.
Yeah, exactly. The whips, the whole leather thing.
Yeah, it's a weird dynamic, but listen, to each their own. I have no...
The metal community...
I have no problem with
said
gay
it all,
people.
but I guess they still accept
the only thing, the biggest problem I have is that I can't say that word anymore. It's like... Dude, it was like a part of the vocabulary. It made shit funny.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't say half.
Because, like we said, there's the word, that particular F word is the word you never say to the actual gay person. You say it to your friends. You never say it to the actual one.
And it's like, listen, these words are funny. I'm not a hate guy. Listen, I get it. I get it. People don't like it.
Yeah.
But
the hundreds of thousands of other words.
A lot of these comics that get in trouble for shit that they say. I don't believe they're racist at all. I think they're just trying to be fucking funny.
Exactly right.
And it's like everybody takes everything so fucking sensitive
and literal.
And literally, that's the word I'm looking for. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't get it.
But this particular place, this club, that thankfully hasn't happened.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know about other comedy clubs.
Yeah. No. I mean, listen. You're in a club and you should be able to say what you want to say. I mean, once, like, I know Chappelle and these guys fucking stop having people fucking videotape or, on their phones or whatever. They take their phones away, which is a great move. It's a great move.
That's
because you know what? You should be able to say what you want to say.
Right.
And if people laugh, then it's fucking funny. And I'm not promoting hate. I'm fucking promoting fun.
Right.
And it's funny.
Absolutely right.
It's not hateful. It's funny.
It's a show.
And that's the line. And I get it. All right, listen, you're whatever, you're gay, whatever, and you might find it offensive. But nobody's out there saying, let's kill this guy because he's that way. He's like, that guy's gay. Or, it's like, it's just a joke, man.
That's what always gets me. So, all right, so you're offended. Okay.
Right.
Like what do you want?
Right.
You can listen to something else if you really hate it that much.
Exactly.
But you're going to make a big scene about it because he said that word?
If you go to
it's a joke.
If you go to an Andrew Dice Clay show, if you know what you're getting,
oh
right?
My God.
If you go to...
I just watched that thing on Dark Side of Comedy. Did you watch that? The Clay special on Dark Side of Comedy?
I haven't seen
that one yet.
You show his whole career and how.
I saw that. I saw the documentary about him. Yeah,
he got shut down because he just said shit.
Well, his early stuff when you watch it, like comedy never ages well anyway, because every generation we evolve.
Exactly.
When you watch his old stuff, and he's like, "In Brooklyn, we don't let the fags come in here. We have a dead faggot body hanging on the side." And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
He's like, fuck you queer faggots.
Yeah.
Like,
but he's not.
God.
He's not promoting hate. He's just
no. But it was the times, and it was funny.
I know, it was funny.
Or how about what he said? About the these people, they're urine colored. It's just like
I don't know what color they are. They're not brown. They're not black. They're like urine color.
Yeah, he's like,
I saw Dice here one night, right? And this fucking guy next to us would not shut the fuck up. And, the whole night. And at one point, Dice looks over. He's like, shut the fuck up! Like, he's just, like, I'm doing this fucking act. And then he called him out, and the guy was like, shut up then. He's like, it wasn't me. He's like, pointing like it was me. I'm like, dude, it wasn't fucking me. It was this fucking... And they actually tossed him, which was good, because he was annoying.
Yeah, that is
annoying. It's like, dude...
Yeah.
You're not Dice, and he's not doing that act anymore.
Chris Roach, everybody.
Hey.
You guys have a pen?
I do.
Right in.
That's all right, man. No, stay. Please.
Awesome, man.
I gotta actually go back. I gotta go back and do my job.
The great Chris
Roach.
Dude, this was great. Thanks for the story,
Ryan Phelan, ladies and gentlemen.
Everybody.
Yeah, great to see you too.
Are you here all night?
We're probably here till maybe another hour.
Yeah,
Try to feel.
All right, very cool. You rock, man.
I'll see you
Brian
guys.
Fallon, everybody.
Thanks, Brian.
Awesome, dude. Thank
Appreciate
you
it
very
buddy.
much.
That was cool.
Woo!
We got to get that was great. A lot of great stories.
Brian's good people.
Good people, man. He's awesome. Engineers are very rarely that interesting.
Yeah.
I know a few of them.
The more he described everything, though, the more I'm like, oh my God, yes, I
do remember. Yeah.
Every now and then, and I may have heard those stories, but just forgot them through the years.
Yeah, think about Stern's on every day.
Right.
And then, back in those days, man, when I was driving, I would listen to Stern religiously.
Oh, yeah.
Huge Stern fanatic. And so I definitely, as he's talking like you, I was like, oh, shit, I do remember you.
Like, and especially when he said Phelan, I was like, oh, my God, yes. Yeah. And that's why I wanted to clarify. They always said your last name.
Right, yeah.
Right, because it is Brian Phelan. Brian Phelan.
Like that's how his name is Brian Phelan, not Brian. Yeah.
Right. But
Chris Roach is out there pacing around. Hopefully he comes in. I know he's headlining tonight.
Yeah.
And now he has a weapon.
He's got a full sleeve. He's got a full sleeve tattoo.
I know he's like a rock star now.
Yeah, and he's got Gage earrings.
See, every time you say that, I'm like, wait, he's got Gage's earrings? Gage doesn't wear fucking
he stole them from Tim Gage. Give me your earrings.
Tim Gage is a man. You take it back.
Should I go take a walk, see if anybody wants to come in?
Yeah, we can see if anybody wants to come in. That'd be cool. Yeah,
let me take a walk.
All right. Tony Walker's going to check out the green room right now. We got a lot of comics in the house. A lot of good ones are here today. It's a benefit. Well, we don't even know what the benefit's for, do you?
I do not, no.
So we'll find that out. And, and we'll see who comes in. Out of that whole group, who do you hope he brings back?
The people that are here, it's terrible, but what more comes to mind is the people I hope he doesn't.
Who you hope that...
I like talking to Mary.
Mary's great. I love Mary.
Trying to think.
Mary Capone's one of
my favorites. Who else that I saw over there? I mean, Crovella I love.
Joe Crovella rocks.
I was just on a show with him on Wednesday.
I saw that. I saw that you and Petroni, right?
Yeah, Petroni ended up showing up. He didn't go up, but Chris Williamson, he was there to
Chris Williamson
support his bud.
He's a great dude, man.
when I first met him, first time I met Chris Williamson was at Lala's flea market.
Where's that?
Well, it's not there anymore, but it was in like Holtzville or something like that.
Lala's flea market?
Yeah. And Key Fitz.
Yeah.
You know,
I know Key Fitz, yeah.
Yeah, so his knife shop was in there. I think that was his old lady, his Lala. I'm not sure, but
selling knives. Yeah, he makes his own knives, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if he makes them or if he just sells them, buys and sells.
We haven't had an opportunity to talk.
We got to talk
deeply.
to Key Fitz. Key Fitz, weird story, was one of the first interviews I ever did in my life when I was a kid. So when I was a kid, we found there was a band.
Okay.
And the band was called Steel Pony, and they were like a local band. And I got asked if I would interview them, or I inquired about them. So I went to the rehearsal space, and it was Key Fitz, this guy named Danny, and a bunch of other guys, and I interviewed all of them, and it was a cool. You could find it on my YouTube pages. Like I have these throwback things. I have the interview in there.
Right.
We spent the whole day with them. They were rocking out, jamming out. They did their whole album. We interviewed them. And it was like one of my first interviews ever. So
that's fucking nuts.
Yeah, it was crazy. So I sent them it not too long ago, and it went over really well.
Is that right?
Hey, what's up, man?
So
Come
we
on
have,
in, bro.
we have. I know Luca.
How you doing, Luca?
Luca, what's your last name?
No, you don't need them.
Luca Ferro.
Ferro, F-E-R-R-O.
Ferro.
Oh, okay.
So
cool.
now, all right. So you
like
just
Ferro Lad from the.
Yes, yeah, okay. There you go.
Legion of
That's the
Superheroes.
most obscure reference someone's thrown at me, but yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Or people ask like the chocolate Ferraro, like the those,
Ferraro
those things
Rocher.
Yeah.
Now, are you the one that Brian that's here with Brian?
No. I did. I was doing spots over this past weekend with Nikki Smiggs, the headliner. He brought me, and then consequently, I met James, and James let me do other
brilliant.
spots.
Are you
tonight,
local dude?
I just moved here from Chicago.
Oh,
So I
nice.
moved here maybe like 3 months ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
For the comedy scene, or
For the comedy. So I live in
Nice.
Manhattan now. It's just my first time out in Long Island. And boy, howdy, it's a different,
different
world out
vibe
here.
in the city. Yeah.
This is more what I'm used to, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah,
You
right,
know,
yeah, no.
Everyone's, fuck you. That's why I feel like every time I go up in front of these crowds, I got to come out swinging. You know, 'cause
Yeah,
they're like,
yeah.
oh, yeah, Chicago. Fucking.
the crowds are good, always good here.
Yes.
They're they come out here, man. It's a blast. It's definitely one of those things where you come from, it's a blue collar audience. It's very more. They're more like susceptible to
They
different
wanna
kinds
laugh.
of jokes.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
yeah,
want to laugh,
right.
but also they're something that's different from the Midwest is. You get such good comedy out here, so the standard is so much higher. So it's like we'll laugh at a joke that's not necessarily politically correct, but it's got to be fucking good. We're not just giving it to you because you said the
Absolutely
thing.
right.
Absolutely.
Where I do a show in Indiana, and they're like, "Are you a god? You still the knock joke?
You're killing over there." But in Chicago, did you flee because of like all the gangbanging and shit? Or?
So I grew up in.
He looks gangster, doesn't he?
You sound like my dad.
That's why
Don wants to know. You got to get away from the gangbanging.
in gangbangs. And
Yeah, I like gangbanging.
So
Gangbanging is
he's thinking she might be going to Chicago next
But
summer.
I was
That's such a '90s term, gangbanging.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody.
right.
Hey, I saw the movie Colors. Remember the movie Colors?
Yeah,
back when they-
yeah, right.
Colors.
So all we see is crime going on constantly in Chicago. So I didn't know if you fled because to get the hell out of there.
Well, so I grew up on the south side of Chicago. I moved. My family. My dad. Bridgeport is the neighborhood. It's at one time incredibly Italian neighborhood, and slowly started to I think it's more gentrified now. There's a lot of hipsters and coffee shops, but the neighborhood's not what it used to be. Was how my dad put it. So we moved out to the suburbs when I was around in high school. So
isn't Maniscalco? He's Chicago, right?
Maniscalco's from Arlington Heights, which is a northwest suburb, which
You
is where
could be making all these places up.
no.
I'm from
Arlington Heights. Yeah, he's got the.
So they all have that accent there.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody. I just said on stage. I go. Everyone. Since I've been here, everyone's been making fun of my accent. Everyone go. I'll be like, "Hey, I like your backpack." They go, "Big, big," and then they go, "No, it's big, big." I'm like, I think we're both saying it wrong. I don't think this is any. We're all talking like idiots.
But now the improv scene is big there too. Was that?
Yeah, I was actually just telling one because everyone does Second City in Chicago,
Yeah,
and
it's the birthplace.
Second City obviously there's a big homage to Chris Farley, John Belushi, all these guys.
yeah.
But there's others.
Yeah, so many. I mean, so many people came through that. But now I would say that Second City is a little bit of a racket. It's like
no, that's what I meant when I said others. There's other improv
like classes.
companies. Is what
There's some really great underground improv scenes. I think I.O. is a really great program.
Yes.
There's some other independent players, but you go to Second City, it's like, all right, it's $500 for 3 weeks, and then you got to go. And then at the end of you go through this rigmarole, and at the end of it, you're like, there's nothing.
But the teacher's like an old school. He's been with Second City forever type of guy.
Maybe, some people, but it's a lot of. I was just saying how improv isn't something that I took improv. I could never gel with it because you got to trust somebody so well, and I don't trust anybody. I'm like at the end of everything, you're like, everyone
fuck it up.
Yeah, give your team a hug. Like, so hug it out, team. I'm like, I don't even hug my dad. You know, I fucking hug this sweaty guy from fucking Wicker Park.
Another made-up sound.
Yeah,
it sounds like
Wicker Park is like our Brooklyn. It's like, all right, everyone here is fucking just being a hipster and wearing a beanie.
Okay, you fucking Wicker Park motherfucker.
You can see
what is this being broadcasted? Is this a podcast?
It's live right now.
But you can see where I'm coming from. Wicker Park sounds
we call it live from the governor's green room. So we usually do it on Saturdays when there's the other stages are open, and we just get get anybody who wants to
This is a great idea. I assume you guys are all comics yourself, yeah?
2 out of 3.
I'm more of a podcast guy.
Podcast guy, okay.
I did comedy back in the day. It didn't go well.
All right, yeah. Well, I mean,
and this is where the chopper.
Yeah. Get in the chopper.
No, I recently, not recently, but the past year I started a podcast with a couple of my buddies from Chicago. We're still keeping it going. It's been hard since I moved out here, but it's so fun. It's fun to just fucking.
Just shoot the shit.
Shoot the shit, you edit it out, you find, you riff. I just did a podcast in New York the other day. A guy didn't know how to riff. He was like, he's like, no, I want to get back to the thing. Like, what high school were you at?
He's like, I got my list of questions. I want to go through them. We didn't get to number 5
yet. We're calling guys that are vegan gay. That's fun. We're riffing.
That's exactly it. We like just riffing, talking to them.
I wonder what that guy's saying about you.
I know. He's like, I can't use any of this.
He went off the script. He just started talking about
guys
gay vegans.
Trying to make jokes and shit. I'm trying to get to the core of his humanity.
I want to know about the gangbanging.
The gangbanging. The socioeconomic state of the gangbanging.
Yeah. That's what I want to. He's talking about gay vegans.
No, but my dad. It's so funny because my dad, we moved out of Chicago for the crime. And like just the way the neighborhood was changing. But all my dad does now that he's retired is watch, documentaries about crime. He's just watching,
he misses it.
He's like, you ever see this document? They got, this is how they sling cocaine down into the. He's like, this is how they do it. I'm like, well, we could have been right there for it.
They make a lot of money doing
out
that.
in the front yard and watched.
Good old Gary was the murder capital of the United States for several years. Because Bridgeport slowed down for a while.
Yeah,
Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Oh, really?
Was legitimately the murder capital of the United States.
Really?
Yeah. When I was in high school, junior high school.
I'd never been to Connecticut.
And then Gary, Indiana took over sometime in the 90s.
Yeah.
I had a buddy from Terre Haute, so
okay.
He liked to talk shit about Gary.
I was in D.C. when it was the murder capital. That was freaking nuts.
Yeah, I bet.
Dude, we got pulled into the fucking alley. I can't tell you everything.
Now
I didn't know they could do that to boys. No, I'm just kidding.
I kept screaming out only.
We did get pulled into an alley. But it was crazy. But yeah.
Man. Well, the thing I would say the biggest difference is like in Chicago it's an extremely segregated city by geography. It's like when you go past this street, you shouldn't be there. You know what I mean? Like whereas like I'm in Manhattan now in the Village. It's like I don't know. I walk down the street and it seems safe, but your head's on a swivel. But then all of a sudden, some guy could just take your entire day to a different level. You know what I mean? You don't know what's gonna. It's all on top of each other.
You don't know what's good, what's not good. You just walking through Times Square, you get harassed, and to buy some guy's rap CD.
Rap CD or like or an Ecuadorian man dressed as Elmo. You have no idea.
You took a $5 picture. All right. You come home with a bunch of Elmo fucking pictures.
It's okay. You can tickle me. Tickle me, Elmo.
Your wife is pulling Elmo fuzz off of you. Where the fuck were you?
Like glitter and Elmo fuzz.
Were you talking to the Mexican Batman again?
Swear to me.
Now they have a King Kong, man, a giant King
Oh, I
Kong.
seen that guy. I don't even know how that suit operates.
Yeah.
My favorite one of the half-assed ones. The guys that like it's like Spider-Man, but like it looks like he's just been in part of the crack epidemic for the
And
past.
they don't have the heads on now. They have like,
Or
and they put it down.
Yeah, or like they're just trying to breathe. You know. I when I first came to New York, I had to bark in Times Square for a couple of comedy clubs to get stage time. You know, and I've only been here a few months, but. Brutal, you know. So you're just next to that. You're next to those guys.
You're one of them.
And I'm trying to be like, you want to see a show though? And in the middle of the day, you know, it's brutal.
Every time I see a barker in there, you know, I know.
This fucking guy just ruined my night. He set the
No.
door so.
Yeah.
You were crushing it. I just
Yeah,
All right,
very
it's
good.
pretty good. It's pretty good. I can't.
Should we swap them in?
I got.
What's that? Yeah, of course.
Oh
you
yeah,
can.
go ahead.
Come in.
Yeah.
He's got to hit the bathroom first, I think.
Wrong way.
I don't know if that's how you do it. You whoever gets off stage, you rotate them in.
Yeah, it's like
I run the podcast now.
But there are more,
you know.
like
But we
those
got-
other seats.
Yeah, we got microphones on the couch.
We
so
have safe
got plenty
words.
of
We have
room.
all kinds of stuff you could say.
But that's actually what I wanted to ask you. Let's get to the nitty gritty. So that the audience, they're good here, but how are the other comedians treating you in the green room? Are they like, who the fuck is this newbie?
Great, man. I mean, you know, especially out here, it's been night and day. In New York, it's like I find that the and I think the reason why I touched on earlier of like your head's always on a swivel, I think that's why New Yorkers in the beginning come off as like, hey, who the fuck are you? But then as soon as you break that sort of threshold, then everyone's nice as can be. But I feel like I was the meanest guy in Chicago, now I'm the nicest guy in New York. I'm going, hey, how are you? And everyone's like, who the fuck is this guy? You know? But
he's saying he's smiling. What the fuck's wrong with him?
But typically
have
comics
to stab this motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, I think what comics, it's a funny thing where like, you know, they'll, you know, you don't know how to treat somebody until you see their act. You know what I mean? It's like, how do they do?
True, yeah.
You got to earn the respect. You can't deny talent, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I heard it when you were coming off because I was in the hallway and I heard them welcoming you as you were coming off.
Yeah, everyone was very friendly, but it's
Right,
like, I mean, it's like at the end of the day,
yeah.
it's like, oh, where, and I think where I lie in the, if I'm being honest with myself, it's just like I came out here to get to the next level of, I think I'm in just a, you know, average. I'm not a newbie, but I'm also not a guy that, you know, is doing any favors.
So what clubs you hitting in the city? You getting to the Cellar and places like that?
No, I'm not there yet. That's the goal, but I'm doing a lot of like the smaller rooms. So like the Comedy Shop on Bleecker has been treating me really well.
Cool. Like West Side
the
Comedy?
Grizzly Pear, West Side, I've done a little bit. I mean,
I've never heard anybody say a bad thing about the Grizzly Pear. I've never been there. But
Grizzly, yeah, it's like a, it's like
loves that
a.
place.
It's like the island of misfit children. That place. It's just like everyone there is just like, you know, we don't know where we belong, so we all belong here.
Spend
you know?
some time here, pal.
Yeah, right. Here I love the you know. There's a club in Chicago. Well, Zanies in Chicago it reminds me a lot of this place, you know. But this is like Zanies if you stuck it full of marinara sauce, and like it just feels like, which makes me even like it more because I'm like, oh, this. You walk in, I'm like, oh, I haven't heard Sinatra since I've been here. This is great. I love. Whereas like every Sunday that would be playing in my family's house, you know.
But the camaraderie amongst comics is almost instant because you're in the trenches with a lot. Like you're talking about that the Grizzly Pear, like you know, you we're all misfits. So
100%.
Are you starting to bond with anybody? Are you hanging out?
Yeah. Well, I think people, and I felt the same because I you know had a little clout in Chicago doing comedy, and it's like when you first meet someone, like I'm not going to talk to you, you know, but like if I see you working and developing and then going and like showing up every day, then I go, all right, this guy's got something to offer, you know what I mean? Or this is a guy that I can bond with in the trenches, so to speak. I love the phrase, the trenches, because that's what it is. You're right. I always compare like an open mic to like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. You know what I mean? Like, because you're like, oh, I think this guy is crazy for doing this, but I'm right next to him. You know? So like, we're all crazy. It's a little bit of that.
Have you come across a guy named Mario Bosco?
Is that like the small? Like, yeah, you know, I fuck you. Yeah. He's met me in nice
How
guy.
much does he scare you? How much?
Yeah, just go with guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go guy. I'm a real so funny. Boy. Right. So yes, scares a little bit, but also he came up to me and he found out I was from Chicago, and he goes, listen, I believe in doing business fast and quick. All right, you give me the contact for Chicago, and I'll get into Zany. And I gave it. I was like, and I'm like, this guy's shaking me down.
I want to know all your connections.
Super nice guy. Love you, Mario. You seem like a nice dude, but
yeah.
But like
4 digits
you meet someone. Right, exactly. You meet someone, you're like, hey, how you doing? He's like, I believe in doing business fast and true.
with his bow tie, his little outfit.
With the bow tie.
for cocaine. Come on.
Yeah, he looks like he's gonna do the one of the.
Dude, we want to start a. We want to start a. It is, but we want to start a GoFundMe where we can get pictures.
Have you had him on here?
Oh yeah, but
he used to be here all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. I just seen him walking in the village earlier. I don't know what he.
He just walks around.
Yeah,
singing
Asking
songs.
people, I say, who do you know?
Yeah.
Every
Get me
person
on
he passed.
somewhere. Well, there's got to be. I mean, I don't. There's a thing going on. You're right. It's like.
What?
It's like.
He has an act. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
But he's doing well on Instagram and TikTok.
Yes.
I think that's his
great
his
presence.
niche. Yeah.
Well, you know, I was just talking with Nicky Smicks because he falls into that category a little bit. You know,
Yeah,
he's doing stand up, and I commend him for that. But like, there's so many of these guys that are like these like Goomba TikTok people that like there's such a demand for, or they get so popular and they all help each other. It's like a TikTok mafia, but they're all like,
they do
when your mother makes the sauce, but she calls it gravy, and then it's like, and then they do like a skit, and then everyone's like, you know.
No, I'll be serious a minute because Nicky, he's
Nicky's great.
He's different because he got, he gained some momentum on social media, then did stand up, and it was a little bit of a rough go for him when he first.
Yes.
But he stuck with it and kept honing that craft, and he's good at it now.
Yeah, he still is.
So I give
mean,
him a lot of credit for that.
100%. Yeah, he had some great shows the past couple of days, and
Yeah.
I met him in Chicago, and like same thing. I was like, some random Italian man was like, "Oh, you do comedy? You know this Nicky Smiggs?" He's like, "I'll put you in connection." So we did like
Like,
his
they do
first
business
show.
really
We did it
fast.
together. It was
Wow.
fun.
Yeah. That's
But
great.
yeah, they you know, but I always find myself so, because I was talking to him about it, like I find myself very Italian, but I want like a unique approach to it. You know what I mean? Like when I'm on stage and I talk about it, I don't want to be the guy that's like, oh, the sauce is, it got to be this, and then the meatballs this. It's like that's not my experience as an Italian American, a millennial. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a different. That's funny to me that those guys are pretending that they're in the mafia.
Right. Well, look at the way Ray Romano does it.
Yes, Ray Romano.
He's never thought of as the Italian comedian, but he's
Not
an
at all.
Italian comedian. He exudes Italian.
Yeah.
He talks about his stories are Italian.
Right. I mean, obviously Sebastian was a huge influence for me, and when I started, I think art form, you start mimicking someone that you really admire.
Absolutely.
So if you look at video, I mean, even now, but like you look at videos of me when I first started it, I'm going, and then the guy's in the, he's jumping around and I'm talking like that, and then everyone's going, and like my dad would be like, what the fuck are you doing up there? Like,
like company's at the door.
Yeah, right. Everything had to be,
Right.
But now that's part of my sort of journey out here to New York is like, well, a lot, even in the past couple of years, a lot of my stuff has been like, oh, my dad's crazy, my mom's crazy, my family's crazy. It's like, well, what about, I believe these things too. Like, how do I, it's more intriguing to state an opinion and defend it, on your own ground rather than, I would deflect it. I'd be like, my dad thinks those guys are nuts. Isn't he crazy? And they're crazy. Like, but that's not the same,
Family dynamics always
family plays, and I never want to take that away, but I think I would use it almost as a crutch. I'd be like, oh, I would just put an opinion that I had and put it on my dad.
Right,
and be like, isn't that crazy?
exactly.
But like, it's more interesting, I think, to watch dynamically on stage a guy being like, this is what I believe, and you might not agree with it, but bing, bang, boom, boom.
Right,
Now you're like a defense attorney.
And now you're laughing.
Yeah, and now look what we've done. I've convinced you, because laughter is agreement, right? When the whole room laughs.
Absolutely.
So I hope I'm doing okay for where James, will have me back and likes me, because this seems like a great room to practice and develop. But
awesome.
I'm definitely in sort of a, what's the word? Transitional period in like what my voice and what I want to be. It's like in my life, like my life has been flipped up. I was living with my parents in the suburbs in the basement.
Right.
Now I live in Manhattan with 2 frat bro roommates.
This sounds like a less interesting Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Right, yeah.
Kind of setup.
I was gangbanging.
Like this is actually what happened. He just punched it up.
Yeah, right. You're very much right. No, mine's in reverse.
Yeah,
now I'm in the city.
Right.
I wasn't.
That's why I said it's like this is so white.
Now I'm getting picked
Nobody
on
wants
the bed.
to hear this.
Now, as a matter of fact, it's the complete. You know why it's the opposite? Because I was because in the Fresh Prince, he's getting picked on the basketball court, and then he goes to Bel Air.
Right.
I was in Bel Air. Now I'm getting picked on at the basketball court. Now the black kids in Tompkins Square being like, "What the fuck them shoes, man?"
Let me tell you how my life got turned upside down.
100%.
But you said after doing this weekend, James asked you to come in tonight.
James asked me to I
That's
thanked
huge,
him, and
Mel.
so I
That's
hope
huge.
I'm still doing okay. You know, we'll see what he says afterwards.
And you're working on
If you
a
guys
whole
got
new
any
set?
clout, plug me.
You're working on new material too during this transition.
Well, so I mean, like tonight I have some new stuff that I've been doing, and I have my old stuff, and I was like, I can't go up there with any. You know, the past couple of days I was like, maybe I have a little cheat sheet. I'm doing a little longer time. Tonight I was like, all right, let me just do the new stuff I know that works and my old stuff that know that works, and then you know, present that as such. But I do feel like if I dissected it, I'm like, well, the new stuff I want to talk about is not the same as the old stuff. You know, my life is in a different place.
Right.
Not to get too serious.
So what you said you had some, would you say clout in the Chicago scene?
Yeah,
So
I mean,
but is that transferred? Like, has anybody that
not at all. No,
travels around?
I'm starting
like,
over.
seen-
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
So we
I-
headlining over there and stuff.
I mean, I had headline Zanies a few times, and then I was mostly a feature act over at Zanies, and that was my home club. Still love that place, and I go home pretty frequently just because I need the work, and I need to feel like I'm valued. You know what I mean?
But it's a good challenge. So if you're rising in Chicago, got some clout. Now you come here and kind of like starting over a little bit in a way, but you have all that experience.
Right.
You know what it feels like? It feels like you ever play a video game and then you play it again on the harder difficulty.
Right,
It's like,
yeah,
I've done all this,
Great way
but
to
it's
put
just
it.
a little,
Yes.
you know, but I've been here before, you know?
Right,
So that explains them, because when you saw Roach, you got all, Chris, remember me? Chris.
Yes,
So-
yeah. Well, I met Roach at
Did he
the
remember
Comedy
you?
Vault. We had texted. Short answer, no. I don't think you're. No, I'm just kidding. No, Chris is a great guy. Very funny comic. We worked together at the Comedy Vault, which is a very also amazing club outside of Chicago in Batavia, which is it used to be an old bank that they converted into a comedy
that's
club.
cool.
Really awesome room, really great acts, and the owner Liz is super awesome. And
Because he looked at us and he was like, get this guy away.
yeah, right.
No
He's like,
idea.
yeah, somebody get him in the pocket, distract him because he's gonna keep talking to me.
Usually the cops are here way earlier. So,
That's amazing.
Say that again.
Roach is going through like a transitional as well. He's
Well, yeah, he's got a sleeve of tattoos. Yeah, I'm like,
earrings. He's riding a motorcycle. Yeah, he's good.
Oh, he's got a motorcycle?
no,
he's
looking.
getting
He's
one,
looking.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He's going. That happens when you start getting older.
yeah. Well, I don't. Is it like a midlife thing?
I
what do
think
you
so.
think?
I mean,
We'll have to ask him.
I haven't-
I think he's calling it his midlife rebirth or something like that.
Midlife
really?
rebirth is smart. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm more. Yeah, I'm more. I think I'm a quarter life, like a quarter life renewal. You know.
Yeah.
But
I've never, I don't think I've ever felt like a midlife crisis.
I feel it like sometimes.
Yeah?
Like when with music and shit. Like when I can't connect to the younger generations. But other than that, I never felt like going out and getting a neck tattoo or something
never connected to
extreme,
anybody,
bleaching
so
my hair. Or
That's
something.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that, it just feels normal.
Yeah, I've never been connected. I've always been weirdo on the outside. So I'm like,
right.
Like yeah.
But yeah, man.
We're all a bunch of misfits.
That's what it is, man.
At
I
the
should.
end.
I'm afraid. I feel like tattoos late in life. I think is a good idea. I think once you got everything established, you know sort of the direction you're going to
You
go,
know
and
what-
you're like, yeah, fucking give me a snake.
You're
I
not
don't
going to
care.
get regret. You're not
Yeah.
going to have regrets
Right.
when you're older. And you get-
Exactly. Whereas like now, I think if I got something on my neck, that could change the course of my life completely.
Yeah.
But if you're already established,
Right.
What are you?
Fucking do it.
Late 20s?
I'm 28. Yeah.
28. Yeah. So like if you get
Okay.
like a neck tattoo, by the time you're like 40, that might not be in style anymore.
Mary's here.
You might
Right.
regret what you got.
You're swapping in with me.
You got it.
Mary Capone.
Tag.
Great set, by the way.
Thank you. You too. You're tough to
Oh,
follow.
what did you think my jokes, though?
They're
Great
Let's
set.
look-
Luca,
Luca,
thank you, buddy.
Mary,
Oh, okay, got it.
Mary, you're up here. You're up here.
She does
Eyes
it.
up here, Mary.
Yeah.
Boys, thanks for. Can I plug my stuff?
Yeah, yes,
please
please.
do.
Yes.
No,
yes.
Tammy, it's
no,
all Tammy.
no, Luca Ferro comedy Instagram, and my podcast is called Nona's Basement.
Known as
That's-
basement.
if you-
I
if
think
you're
I heard
interested.
that.
Yeah, you can invite me.
Actually,
anytime.
I've heard of that.
Basement.
I want to be in the basement.
I think I heard it.
Wow,
Thanks,
this is-
Luca.
He's on?
that finished
Yeah,
up really
well,
serial
you don't have to.
killery.
I keep mine on just so I can. But you don't have to.
Oh, okay. Who's watching?
Mary, he's.
Where do I look?
the one right in front of Andy. Yep.
I think Nona's Basement might be like a
how do you
legit
stand
podcast.
Really?
I think I've heard of it before. I think it's
4,
major,
and I'm
like
one
a
of
good
them.
one, big one. Yeah.
Well, it's about freaking time.
bet you
Mary
he is,
Capone is
too.
Mary
sat
Capone,
in
I'm so
here.
happy to
Yeah.
see her again.
Mary, he's single.
Why am I? All right,
What's the
I didn't
matter?
even eat, and this chair keeps going down and down. This is not good for my. Oh, what?
Wow! Whoa! Yeah, there you go. You gotta let.
Hey,
there you go. There
chair.
you go. There you go.
Quit being a dick.
So Mary,
That was a Harvey Weinstein chair.
You lost your
just go
phone.
down.
Where? Oh my God! I was just like, where's my phone?
yeah, you
Where's
lost
my
your phone
phone?
earlier.
Yeah.
Have you gone through it yet?
Yeah, have you gone through your phone yet?
Oh shit!
Why don't you get your phone and let's take a
Yes,
look.
I think she should. Yes.
All right, Mary's going to get her phone. She left it in here earlier.
I actually have to.
I wanted her to find the dick pics on her own
We all gave her a dick pic. No, we did not.
while we were docking.
A
Three-way dock.
It wasn't pics. It
I
was
have a
just the real
strange
thing. We
foreskin.
just gave her. All of us gave her our dicks.
I left my phone open once. Got up from the table with my sister and girlfriend.
Yeah.
And we were like looking at dating sites.
Oh wow!
You had to see the people you matched me with. I'm like, you assholes.
That would have been great if she would have had a dating site open.
Oh, damn, if the phone was open, that would have been a lot of fun.
You would have definitely had a
boy.
couple of dates.
I definitely would have messed with it.
Okay.
So let's see what we got in the camera here.
Show the pictures. Hold
Wait a minute.
Hold the pictures
How
up to the
the hell
camera.
you get a picture of me?
You can hold it up to the
Yeah.
a picture of me.
I did.
Hold it up to the thing.
Yeah, hold
there
it
we
up to
go.
the camera there. Yeah.
So
I
we
didn't take that.
so there's a picture with the great set, and then that she had today, and then let's see what else we have.
Yeah,
Going
keep
on.
going, Mary.
Wow, you guys really did. This is so great.
Andy is still flying high.
Again?
There's
Yeah,
Andy
that
again.
might happen a few times.
Yeah, a little more so.
I'm pretty photogenic.
Oh, and Don.
Oh, there we are.
Good old USA. Oh, this is
I'm
Keep
a
going.
proud
Keep
American.
going, Mary.
you assholes.
What is that?
Another one of
can't-
Mary.
I
that
was
was-
We took
deleted.
pictures of Mary with her own phone. She had no idea.
That is unbelievable.
But that would be super
Keep-
awesomely
keep
creepy.
going.
If you,
A garbage pail.
Joe
My
Crovella.
notes.
What's
Yeah,
up,
your
bro?
notes. Yeah.
Joe Crovella.
Come on in, put on a headset, buddy.
Holy crap.
It's like Christmas
my
morning, right?
Joe's coming in being like, "Yeah, old people. Pictures are on your phone."
Can you
Which
guess
is
whose that is?
Mary,
Tony's, because the purple shirt.
yeah. I want you to know. I'm going to totally get Joe in trouble right now. When Joe looked at that picture, he asked if that was. He thought that was yours.
Because it was on your phone. So
What the freak is Harry?
I was honestly,
Italian, but Jesus.
I was never
I might get
gonna.
one or two. I'm not gonna lie, but that.
I was never gonna make eye contact. I would have been like, "Oh, that's great. It's great seeing you." Yeah.
God. Joe, there's not even any volume to that.
That's why I had no idea. I was like, "Wow."
What do you mean not any volume?
I was like, "The shirts are deceiving."
What does that
me. I don't know.
mean? It's not. It's a put down. But what does that mean?
There's no volume.
Are you saying that he's on the itty bitty titty committee?
Remember that?
He's got
I was
little-
on that.
little
I was on that in
nickels.
high school.
You were on that in high school?
Yeah.
How? What? What?
The what committee?
The
Itty bitty
titty,
committee.
itty
The
bitty,
itty bitty titty committee?
Yeah, the pastor's not watching.
Probably not.
Yeah, and then when I was pregnant, see, this is the chair again. What the hell? They got bigger, and then I nursed, which was a nightmare, and then I lay in bed, and my husband's like, "Oh, they look like sunny side up bags." I'm like, "Thanks, asshole." I'm like, "Very true." So the next tax return is going to a set of boobs.
Wow.
So he got a motorcycle.
Good for you.
With the tax return 1 year, and the following year I got. I
Nice.
told him my parting gift because the next couple of months later he left.
Wow. Really? He left after you got them?
Wow. He
that's
doesn't know what
crazy.
he's missing.
He didn't get to enjoy them. or
Right.
anything.
You don't know.
But I
A
gotta.
couple of people might have.
But you're
I
in
know
trouble,
what
though.
to
You're in trouble. Speaking of men,
Who?
you.
Oh,
Yeah, you were cuddling. You guys, I think you might have even been, kissing a little bit.
Wow.
Bow
Sitting there,
birding.
what? I saw you that night. Peter Bales.
Peter
hanging out.
Bells is in the house.
Yes.
Mr.
Kiss on
Peter
the
Bell.
kiss on the cheek. Listen,
To who? Who
All
was
right,
the,
let's
who
see
was the
Peter's
lucky
this
guy?
is the guy
So-
that Tony. Geez,
Yeah, so-
when people watch, we won't say his name.
Right, we won't say his
because
name.
I asked Tony about him, and Tony's like, "Yeah, he's a bit of a douche." I'm like, and then
Wow.
Tony, I walk in the movie theater with the guy, and he's like, First I see Lisa.
Yes.
But it was a church movie, and everybody needs Jesus.
Well, yeah.
there
See,
you
Mary
go.
and I have
There
a
you
couple of a few coincidences. Mary knows Lisa from church, and then I'm like, "That's my wife." Like, and
That's
then
crazy.
And
God,
then
this is how the Flintstones
And now
started.
you know
Exactly.
the guy that she was.
and now I know the guy that she's dating.
No, we're not dating.
Well, again, you were.
we're
awfully
cuddly.
snuggly. Yeah.
I ruined that. I told you. That was
I know, but at the movie the other night,
I'm
you
into
guys were
ruined
sitting,
orgasm.
you were sitting right in front of me, and you were snuggling with him, and I would try.
It was
you guys
all right. A
were
little
kissing.
hand like this. Just
Uh-huh.
no, like kiss. No, nothing like that.
Are you sure?
Listen,
What religious movie was this anyway?
Yeah,
I know. there was no
So
snuggling.
only Pee Wee got busted in.
Domino Revival. It took me a
yes.
second.
Domino Revival?
Domino Revival with Pastor Mike
Mike
Signorelli, who
Signorelli.
was on
Oh,
the
he's
show.
in it. He stars in it.
It's his movie.
Yeah, it's his movie. It's
Wow.
pretty cool. Check it out.
Damn,
It's-
I gotta bring a girl to Domino, whatever that shit's called. Soon, but
Well, you know what? You got to come to the church because there's a lot of kids your age. They really are.
Yeah,
I'm
there
like
are, yeah.
amazed at watching them playing in the band, and I actually have a video.
I have
You
no,
need
I,
more
I have no
friends.
talents other than telling jokes, and I don't have like church jokes.
Yeah, well,
no,
that's,
nobody
that's
tells
your
jokes.
good
We sit
material.
and listen.
Talk to the professor over here. Work
Yeah,
out
he'll
some,
help you with
I
some.
gotta open the door.
some religious material.
This is church.
You chase,
Wow.
you chased Joe out.
Yeah,
Chase him out with your
show Peter.
religious-
Wow, that's a cool church.
Is that today?
Yep.
Wow.
Come on, right, Joe? Look.
That's the church.
So, do you guys ever have a comedy night at the church?
You should put one together.
I think we had one for the pantry.
Yes, we did. You know what's funny? One of the girls that I know from years ago, she is a pastor, whatever, and she's doing this conference up in PA for a weekend, and she said, "Do you want to do 5 to 10 minutes each time before I go up?" And
It's great.
I don't know. I was hesitant. It has to be.
Squeaky clean.
I knew a guy that did. His name's Fudge. What's his real
Oh,
name?
yeah,
You know
Fudge.
Fudge?
Yeah.
So
Fudge is
Fudge.
great.
He's
And he's
awesome.
clean?
He's super clean. He does
maybe
church.
steal his
He's-
material.
He's Christian, and he does Christian comedy.
A lot of your
I
stuff
did
is
think
clean.
of some. I
Yeah,
thought,
Peter
you know what? I
Bales.
do have some clean things and some Christianese things that like people in the faith would get. You know, I did hear a Christian guy say, "Why do we pray for a hedge of protection? Shouldn't we be praying for a wall? Like, what's a hedge going to protect?"
Right. Have you ever written, Peter, any for a church set before? Have you ever done any church?
He's an
humor?
atheist.
Is he an atheist?
My
Is he?
Democratic
All right.
atheist
Hello,
friend.
good to be here.
Hi, Peter.
Wait, did you call me? I'm not an atheist.
Okay.
Not at all. I go to church every Sunday.
Do you?
Oh, wow,
praise the
very
Lord.
good.
All right.
Episcopalian.
Episcopalian. Yes.
See, I listen.
A nice progressive church.
The Bud Light.
Oh,
The Catholic Light is what they call it.
Right.
And man,
Didn't Robert Williams call it Catholic without the guilt?
yeah, and he did. And Robin Williams was an Episcopalian. Absolutely true.
Right. Yeah.
It figures I need the next those.
Hey, wait! I didn't mean to take your.
No, it's fine. I wanna listen.
You coming back, Joe?
Well, yeah, come back,
Come
Joe.
back, Joe.
I gotta go. I'm only here because I'm hosting the show. I gotta make sure I'm.
And I'm dying. I'm starving. I'm waiting for my food.
This is Joe Crovella. These
Joe
young,
had a great
young
set.
kids. He had a great set, but afterwards he has to go home. He has a curfew. I mean, how can you? What kind of a comedian can you be?
He's got school tomorrow.
Have a curfew. He's got a. Oh man,
He's got to be ready for school.
Who you
but
kidding?
don't miss the
He
bus.
has a curfew too. Peaches will kill you.
That's right. You know, and I don't mind confessing here. In my act, you know this, Mary. I'm single in my act.
Yes.
Right.
And
yes.
in my
I
real
heard that
life,
today, as a matter of
and
fact.
in my real life, I'm married. But then, you know, as Mary knows, you know, when comedians go on the road, you know, we're flexible. You know what I'm talking
Not some of them.
Come on, yes.
Barely sit in a chair.
That's great.
No, I mean,
on the road,
you know.
stays on the road.
But yes, it does. And
I can't. I don't have any of those stories to share. It must
Oh,
be a
you
man
have-
thing.
you-
We'll make some
have-
stuff up.
That's because nobody takes me on the road.
Oh, come
yeah.
on.
Well, when you went with what's his name?
Ismo.
Ismo.
Well,
How'd that go?
listen,
was he hitting on you?
Yes, but nothing happened.
I could.
wow.
Well, that's stories, though, at least.
Yeah. What did Ismo do? Did Ismo, was he inappropriate at all?
Ooh,
Just
give
when
us
he
a
pulled
scoop.
his pants down. No, I'm kidding. No, he wasn't. He's I don't know who watches or hears this, but he's a little socially awkward. Let's just leave it at that.
I could see that. Most
Yeah,
comedians
we all-
are. Wouldn't you
aren't
say
we
most
all?
comedians are a little socially awkward? Would you think that?
Some are all like Really
Some
bad.
are really socially awkward.
Really bad.
Some of them, like me, are suave and in control.
You can have a conversation with you. You're not a
An
weirdo.
international man.
I'm not weird.
I'm not saying Ismo's a weirdo either, but there's some that they're always on.
Right, they're
Like,
always
you can't
on.
have a
Right.
conversation. I know a couple of people like that, female and male.
Yes, but it's not easy being a female comic. I tried it. I had surgery.
Twice.
Well,
That
true,
one
Peter.
weekend.
How do people say to their wives, "I'm taking Mary on the road"?
You know what? If I,
Is there raffles or bags or anything?
Oh.
what's the problem? Raffles? No raffles that I'm aware of.
Oh,
Thank you.
nice.
Joe Crovella is so
There were a
nice.
ton
He's
of
a good
bags
Oh, wait
guy.
a second. Wait a
There
second.
were a ton of bags
There's a
up
ton of
front.
bags outside.
Yeah.
That's raffles, Peter.
Oh, jeez.
Holy
Can you
Mary,
help me
Mother
with
of
that,
Pearl.
man? This is real backstage comedy.
Yeah.
This is
The
exactly
host-
what we want back
This is
here.
The
it.
host-
This is the green room.
So
You know?
real.
You know,
See, that's the problem. You don't know the waitresses' names.
Oh, you want your
Man.
food? We gotta get Mary's food.
I should go out and
Oh, wow.
find out what the story
I
is.
gave it
Feels
to
like,
Ashley. I'm gonna
the
trust.
band is
What?
breaking up almost. Yeah.
Okay, I will. I'm going to go find out
All
about.
right, we got
Wow,
some
you
gift
did a lot.
bags.
This is embarrassing.
What's the charity today, anyway?
I don't know if it is
Real estate people. That's why I was
That's-
like, maybe
they're
there
from
can be a single
Caldwell.
guy out there.
Oh, there you go. Mogul.
Caldwell
A mogul,
Bank.
I threw it
Mary.
out there.
Did you pray?
I did. I said, I'm in the market. I said, for a single man with a lot of homes.
Do you? Can I, Mary?
So am I. Is there anybody?
Mary-
Nobody raised their hand, just one drunk guy to the right. He's like, I saw you.
Let me ask you a question. Seriously, I know what the three guys here are going to say. Yes.
Oh, come
But
on.
do you think it's possible to have a relationship that works where you're friends with benefits?
Not for me.
Not for you?
No.
So me and Luke, we're gonna
Yeah.
go get them and then make sure that door's unlocked so when we come back.
Oh, look at this. This is
Hey,
backstage.
all right.
This
Yeah,
is
just
real
don't
com-
make- don't
Hey,
let it
what is-
close.
What is he talking about? Is he talking about the raffle?
I
Yeah.
think he's,
Yeah.
he's
I wasn't
getting
even
the raffle
listening.
bags and then
I
Do
wasn't
you
walking.
know
even
what's
listening.
happening
He's
here?
leaving the
Yeah.
door unlocked.
You were on to
That-
sexual harassment.
Do you know what's happening here? A couple of the young comics are helping the old guy out, who's
Yeah.
really not on top of the raffle situation at all.
They got
It's
your
nice
back.
having
That's
you.
what
And
happened.
they
You
got
earned
my
that.
back. These guys,
You earned that.
They are good, and they run them out in the crowd.
and they
which is
run them
awesome, 'cause
out,
I'm like,
and
my
this
legs hurt.
these guys
Sorry,
are
Tony.
these guys are the best.
That's when you know you've earned
No sympathy for
a
And
certain
I
degree
know
of-
these guys. They took my comedy class.
Yeah,
Stand,
yeah.
Oh,
Up
they did?
Stand Up University, which is at Governor's at
He's
the
got to
brokerage.
plug it
Yeah, at the
everywhere, right?
brokerage,
I have
yeah.
to
Just
plug
had to
it.
slip out.
And your show, you got the show with Jackie, right?
And,
Yeah,
and
that's the-
I
let's
work a
plug
lot.
that
Yes,
too.
we have a podcast, Jackie and I.
I'm not famous enough to be on there.
Oh, we'd love to have you on there. You know,
Oh, stop. How
In
many
a
times
couple
have
of
I invited
years.
you in here and you don't come in? I've
You haven't invited me.
I've invited you plenty of times.
I don't get up early.
See, and that's always the answer.
What's the criteria to be on you and Jackie's show? What do you guys look
Yeah.
you have to be a decent human being.
That's it.
for? Wow.
All right.
That cancels
no,
the
damn it.
four
You know,
of us. Oh, my goodness.
We
Broke it.
we recently had Barbara Phelan on from Get Smart.
Really?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, I
that
think I saw-
qualifies me.
saw
I
some-
could.
She's 90 years old,
Wow.
and you wouldn't believe how great she looks.
And Jackie still hit
I
on
can't
it.
wait
And we-
for the next when she's
Does she
99.
have friends with benefits?
Wait, who is she?
Well, Barbara Phelan played a character. You're so young,
She's
Mary.
like,
Oh, you don't remember
no,
Get
but wait,
Smart?
I believe I'm younger, and
I
I
do
made
a
the
G.
99 reference.
Okay,
And it was
there's
good.
there's
I know
a
I do a
comedian
G.
on Long Island named Johnny Huff who has a great line.
I
He
love
says-
Johnny Huff.
He says, when I was a kid, I must have jerked off 100 times to 99.
What is 99?
99.
Right, Agent 99. She's
Right.
an agent.
It was a parody of James
Smart.
Bond.
Get Smart, right.
Yes,
And,
I hated. My brother tortured me with that.
You
show.
hated
Oh,
Get
you hated
Smart?
Get- you're a-
But I did like the movie. I got to be honest.
Okay.
Maybe
Tony,
I'll give
your
it a chance.
phone's ringing.
Oh wait, Kayla.
Your foot.
I put an order in with Ashley for a wrap and broccoli, and I'm starving. I don't know where it is.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
She's the best.
She is.
She is the best.
She.
They're all the best.
She's dating my
Oh, man, I owe these guys a
neighbor,
solid.
childhood friend's son. Go ahead.
Wow.
So you had this old lady on, and
Oh, no,
Agent 99.
We
She's-
had-
yeah, she's a-
we had an American treasure on our show. That's
Yes.
she was very big in the 70s and 80s, and the show was in the 60s.
Who books
And she
them?
was
You get him?
yeah, it's like how'd you get? it?
Actually, we had a comedian on who knew her, and she has a book out about her life called
wow.
Getting Smarter. Great title for a book.
Yeah, that's
And
perfect.
she bared her soul in the book, and she actually married a guy, and she was like 23, and he told her that he was a secret agent, and he was a pilot for Air France, but that was his cover, and he was really working for the CIA, and she believed it.
That sounds like Leonardo DiCaprio with Tom Hanks, that movie.
Oh, yeah, Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah.
So she married a guy who lied to her from the beginning.
Yeah, sociopath.
How long did she stay married to him?
Look at this.
I can't eat.
You can't.
Am I on
you're
camera?
not-
You can eat here. You are on camera.
You are on camera, though, yes.
We would enjoy watching you eat broccoli. It's fun.
Yeah.
I'll eat it in there. Thank you, Kayla.
But we have a lot of great guests, and it's our show is called Stand Up Memories,
Right.
and it is we have a great title because it's exactly what the show is. It's a couple of older guys talking about our memories with older comedians.
Yep.
It's fantastic.
I'm 52. No, I'm kidding.
No, you're not. No, you're a kid. You're a young kid.
I'm 52.
Really? Really?
Are you 1971, baby? Me
What are
too.
you?
Me too. August.
Oh.
August.
1970.
Andy, you're the baby.
75, baby.
All right.
Tony?
Though, hey,
70.
my first wife was 70.
There you go.
Yeah,
Married
5.5. She's 5.5 years older than me.
Trade her in for a younger one?
She used to say, I really robbed the cradle.
Cradle?
And I was like, yeah, I really robbed the geriatric ward.
What do you want?
Weed.
I turned 18 in 1972.
Wow.
And voted for the first time in my life.
Wow.
For
Wasted vote.
no. For George McGovern. For
Ah.
George McGovern.
Yeah.
Stop
Versus
the
Nixon,
war.
right? Nixon,
Versus
yeah.
Richard Nixon,
yeah,
Watergate.
right.
And McGovern got blown out, of course.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
But I did vote, and I remember what a thrill it was and how I still enjoy voting. It
So
does,
do I. I went
I
just
get a good
recently.
feeling.
It's like going to the
I
gym.
do-
You feel like you accomplished something.
No, it's a good thing
Yeah,
to do.
yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
This election day, people don't go, even for the smaller
It
ones.
was
and
a
that you need
local-
to change
The smaller
things at a
ones are
local
actually
level.
the
We
more
need to get
important
Republicans
ones.
to
Right.
do it.
Yep.
Right. The local elections are important.
Right.
Yes,
The
they are.
midterm-
They are
Right.
big. That's where it all begins.
And every 4 years we have a presidential election, and it's important to vote. Everybody, I don't tell
Is this a
people.
class now?
I don't tell people how to vote, but I do tell them to vote.
To actually vote.
Right.
Yes.
Actually
Yes.
vote.
They
I-
should.
I-
Everyone
was,
should get out and vote. Yes.
I was actually the voting officer in my the last squadron I was in the Air Force, where I would go around and register people. I
Nice.
took a.
And what did you do in the
class.
Air Force? This is terrific.
I was an
Smoke a lot of pot.
aircraft maintenance scheduler.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Okay, that's,
Yeah.
so you were the custodian in the hangar.
No, I was the guy in an office.
Fancy
Even
title.
even worse.
nailed it.
Sweeping up after the pilots come back.
I sat on a computer all day and went to meetings ad nauseum to pick which jets flew based on whatever maintenance requirements they had coming due.
I'm joking.
Oh, so
No,
like
I-
you,
no.
the ones that were
I know, but
freshly
just in case you
maintained,
actually
send
wanted
out?
to
No,
know.
I did want to
I
know.
figured. What's that?
I did want to know, and I actually, I seriously know a lot of it. I honor your service. Thank you for
Oh,
that.
no,
Yes,
please
thank
don't.
No. I'm serious.
First
We don't
Everybody-
joke around. That's serious
Absolutely.
for
Yeah.
all of
Yes,
our
it is.
veterans.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I relate because I was at Woodstock, and that was.
Were you really at Woodstock?
I was at Woodstock, and the acid was bad,
Yeah.
and we put our lives at risk.
Stay away from the
skinny
blue
dipping
pill.
and
Yeah, and drinking urine.
Wallowing in mud.
drinking urine. We didn't drink urine.
I mean, you had
Rolling
to
around
pay
in
extra.
those
for
puddles.
that.
Some of it must have gotten people's mouths.
Favorite
That
band at
was
Woodstock. Favorite band at Woodstock.
Oh.
Ah, Sha-Na-Na. That's how old I
Wow,
am.
Sha-Na-Na.
They were the 50s band.
Didn't they kick it
Dude,
off?
were they
Yeah,
really there?
they like started it.
Yeah.
Were they really there?
Oh,
Yeah, they were there.
Yeah,
Like
if you
the-
watch the movie, you'll see them.
The
Yeah,
first
they were there.
morning or the last morning, right?
Oh, yeah. And
Bowser?
The lead Bowser, my
Do,
favorite.
do,
Do-do-do-do-do.
Yep.
Good night, sweet. That's pretty. You were actually at Woodstock for
Yes. And I'll tell you something.
Did you camp out and everything?
It was yes. I mean, I was far back. It was hard.
Did you trip and stuff?
I didn't trip. I don't trip.
High
So
on
you
life.
saw
It's a long time ago,
Dylan
you can
and
tell us the
Hendrix and all that.
no, I don't.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Heroin doesn't give you a trip. It's people.
He just did.
Especially the pure shit that Peter
You know, I
gets.
get the,
Heroin doesn't
I
make
get-
it trip, man.
He only gets the blackest of black tar.
But I'll tell you
Oh,
something.
yeah.
I'll tell you something about the '60s. We were naive. We were young. We were naive, and we thought, this we're bringing peace to the world. And what happened after Woodstock? Altamont, and you guys know what happened.
Yeah, the killing was there with the Hells Angels.
HA, support your 81.
Because the Rolling Stones thought it was a great idea to hire the Hells Angels as security, and it was caught on video.
The Gimme Shelter movie.
Yeah,
yes, I saw it.
That movie was powerful.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
You know,
what was it? The Dead, I think, showed up, and then they heard what was going on. They were right back on the helicopter.
That almost ruined it for music festivals after that.
Yes.
Ever again.
Yeah, that is very, very true.
How many did they beat to death?
Just the one, I think.
One guy.
One person they stabbed.
Stabbing.
But they beat up a lot of people.
Right.
Yeah, it was a stabbing, and
right in the front row, right?
Yeah, it was on film.
And Marty Ballin from the Jefferson Airplane got his ass kicked too.
By the 8J?
That was before they built the city on rock and roll.
I would love to stay. I would love to stay.
Yeah, go eat. Baskets, Lou.
If Chris Roach gets off stage, I'm in trouble. I'm hosting the show.
I'll be right back to you.
All right, Mary. I don't. Now.
No, just go.
Go ahead.
Just
Go ahead, Peter.
Just go.
It's fine.
You're the
That's
best.
way more important.
Yes.
Peter Bales, check out his show, Stand Up Memories with
Thank you,
Jackie
buddy.
Martling. He's the best. Wow.
Oy vey.
So, all right. So Mary's going to eat.
That was great.
That was great. She's not coming back, right?
She
I don't
might.
know.
I don't know.
She
Did she
might.
leave her phone again? Maybe not.
No.
That would be awesome.
She'll never do that again. I love listening to Peter Bales stuff.
Me too.
Hell yeah.
Me too.
I'm still wondering if he's putting us on about being at Woodstock or if he was really there.
I think he was really.
I think it was really.
I want to
Yeah.
see pictures of him with like long hair and a headband.
Freedom Rock, baby.
You know, I should have told Mary. Jules, our buddy Jules.
Oh, Jules is watching.
Jules actually, she doesn't go to the same church as Mary, but she watches every Sunday online.
Oh, wow.
So Jules is in. She wants to join Mary for a Christian
I
comedy
love
show.
Jules. I hope she's still watching. Jules is the
is
best.
awesome.
She's awesome and very supportive of the comedy scene, very supportive of us and all the things we have going on.
And a very good employee of the Long Beach Public Library.
That's
Long
right.
Beach in the house.
She informed me of the movie that I could go watch while I waited
You
for
were just
my
there, right?
cousin's
Is that
wedding.
what- yeah.
Oh, she's.
I left them hanging.
What?
No, Jesus.
Oh no,
Christ.
not at all.
No,
Go
no,
eat. Go
you-
eat. You're fine.
You're
Who said
super
you
hungry.
didn't leave us
Just
hanging?
eat.
We're good.
But since,
We are grown-ass
since you're
men.
here, Julie down from Long Beach, Julie Carrion.
You know Jules?
She does the comedy show at the library.
Just
Oh, all right. Well, she wants to do a Christian comedy show with you. She said.
Oh, all right.
She produces
them.
shows for the Long Beach Library. Yeah.
So we'll get you there and
I'll hook you up.
we'll get a couple other Christians.
I actually have a little section in my phone on the Christian jokes.
Hey, there you
nice.
go.
Okay.
Excellent.
Sorry.
Oh, no, you didn't leave
Totally
us.
fine.
We're good. We're good.
Thanks for coming.
You're
Thanks
the
for
best.
stopping in.
We love you, Mary.
Love you guys.
So, all right. So I'm trying to find pictures of Peter with so far only this is the.
He
youngest
always
picture
has
I
the
can
same
find.
look, and I think that works for him. Like he has this look
Right.
like he's got it all. There he is.
homeless guy outside. You want him to come in?
yeah.
Yeah,
Homeless.
we love homeless
Why
people.
not? We take.
Does he have a
take
type
anybody.
5?
We're trying. Hey, Peter, we're trying to find pictures of you with if you had long hair in the '60s. We're actually googling.
I am
it.
actually looking you up right now.
Back in the day in high school.
Wow.
The
yeah,
earliest
very
picture
cool.
I can find of you so far is from 1990, but I'm still looking.
We're still digging around.
I haven't given up.
You know
yet.
how the best way go on his Facebook page and then look through all his pictures.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Definitely steal all his pictures.
There's nothing on there.
High school picture.
Oh, his high school picture. might
Your
be
high
on
school
there.
pictures
Yeah.
on Facebook?
That's online.
The great Peter Bales.
Actually, Stand Up Memories has pictures of me with like Eddie Murphy when he was.
Oh,
really?
yeah,
Wow,
that's right.
wow.
East Side days.
Because I met Eddie Murphy when he
Is
was
he?
like,
Go ahead. Sorry.
I met Eddie Murphy when he was like 17.
Right.
Right.
But-
yeah.
And you know the story, it's true. You know,
Yeah.
backstage at the East Side Comedy Club,
Yeah.
he was going to Nassau Community College and he was doing sets at night. And he actually asked me, because I'm thinking about dropping out of college. And I said, well, Eddie, you got to stay in college because you need something to fall back on. Luckily, he did not listen to me.
Right.
And turns out I needed something to fall back on.
Michael Zinn treating you well over there?
Michael Zinn
Yeah.
and standupmemories.com. So everybody go check out our show.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And but we've been on with you guys. I want to do it again. We're going to be here again on another show, right?
With Riccadonna and Byrne,
Yeah.
who canceled on you
They
for
canceled
tomorrow.
on us. Not we didn't cancel.
Right.
Hey,
Hey.
if you and Jackie want to come in tomorrow, come on in. I'll do my show
I
tomorrow.
would. Yeah.
Come on in.
probably
You already
can't
made other
get-
plans.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not.
He's like,
Yeah.
4 people want to.
No, we had. It was like 2:00. Anyway,
Yes,
I
they were
can't get
2
in touch with
o'clock,
him.
yes.
So.
All right. Yeah.
But let's do it.
Absolutely, yeah, I would love to have
We gotta
you guys
do
back.
it. We love you guys.
Yeah,
Right back
All
at
right.
you.
Sorry. So I'm sorry. You're wrapping it up. Is that it?
Yeah, in a few minutes.
All right.
yeah.
Okay. You're hanging. You're homeless. It's all right. Take care.
Thanks, Peter.
Peter Bales. Yeah, we got to see. He says he has pictures of himself when he was young
On
with Eddie
Facebook,
Murphy.
did he say?
He said in the
No, I don't
opening
think they are on
of his
Facebook.
show. So if you look up
Oh,
his
is
show.
that what he said?
Yeah.
Well,
so-
it happened when he met Eddie Murphy. Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know if it's the high school picture he's talking about.
But what I like about his look and everything is he's very unassuming. You don't expect some of the things he's going to say, and that works for him when
Yes.
you kind of look like this old guy, this stiff old guy, and all of a sudden you start talking about like eating ass or whatever,
Right.
and it just throws everything off. Where you're like, what the fuck?
Well,
So,
that's why this is my tribe.
yeah, exactly. Ass eaters unanimous.
Because literally having to say everything that is real is not normal. Freaks. Normal
That reminds me.
people out.
Did you? Speaking of real and unreal, did you stop doing Dracula?
I've decided to stop doing.
So Dracula's hung up forever.
No, it's not like completely. It's this is not goodbye. This is Dos Vadonia. Yeah, no. It's just I do need to just focus on. I have a couple of cool
It's hard
things
to do
coming up.
to maintain a novelty, like a novelty kind of act.
I would either need to go completely all in on it, but I don't want to.
Yeah,
like that's
yeah.
I've always wanted.
Right, you got to go with
just
your heart
be-
too. Yeah, you got to go with what you want to do.
And yes, I had a moment at the last show that I was at where Joey Petroni was there, Chris Williamson was featuring, Laura Patton came down to visit.
Oh, nice.
Carrie Karavis came, and the last show I had done, I think, was actually Halloween with Carrie
Oh, she
headlining.
saw the Dracula.
And I was like, oh, I can't believe you're here again to see this again. And she's like, well, don't fucking do it. I'm like, you're right. And then I said something like Eric Haft and I talked because Eric was the headliner for that show. We were like, and he just was like, dude, he's like, I used to do impressions. He's like, I hooked up with Keith Anthony and Carrie, and
Yeah, Keith
and
Anthony's
it's
great.
just like a real, like the idea of like just you have such little time, you have such little exposure. Don't waste it on something
to build. Because to flesh out a character. Yeah. You need a little more time than like 5 minutes set or 7 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, but then like for somebody seeing you, that now there's like a 50-50 chance they're gonna see, and so now they're like, oh, it's Dracula. That's not at all. I mean, it's a funny act, but that's not. We're not looking for something like that. Whereas like my regular set would be, it's more likely the regular set will be, oh, he's a comic. He's talking about himself.
Right. So you've been building up that side of like.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice. You incorporating the guitar or no guitar?
No, I'm starting to shy away from it. It's funny because I didn't have my guitar when I decided not to do Dracula. I went in, I wet my hair because normally I have it slicked back, and then I'll draw like a widow's peak.
Right.
I hadn't done the widow's peak yet, thank God. But I kind of made my hair regular, and then went out and was just like, I unbuttoned my shirt, and I had my regular show shirt that I always have, which is me as a samurai.
Yeah, yes. I love that shirt.
And so I went up and I sat there. I just put together quick sets, some new things, some old things. I did. I'll play this for you after. My dad on my birthday.
That's so funny.
Left a voicemail where he sang "Happy Day After" to you in the style of "Happy Birthday." I don't know. I don't want us to get muted, so I'm not going to sing
Yes,
"Happy
it
Birthday."
has
Isn't
to
it
wait.
jealously enforced? But
really,
no, not anymore.
Okay.
Not anymore. It used to be, but no, he really did. And then he started having a coughing fit.
All on the recording.
All on the recording. I will play this for you afterwards.
It's hilarious.
And then he must have gotten another call and hit the hold and whatever.
Right.
And then must have hit hang up. And then his phone was like, bring, like, dude, you have a call hanging kind of thing. And so he gets back on. He's like, hello. Hello. And he says hello like probably 5 times before he drops an N-bomb.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And then says hello 3 more times. And then finally hangs up.
Wow, old school.
Yeah, so that was, if anybody ever wonders what's wrong with me or how I got here.
Came from those loins.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. So no dice with
I couldn't find anything.
Peter Bales.
No,
All right.
I couldn't find it. Jules says she's playing the Giggle Room this Saturday.
Oh, you're yes. Oh my God, Jules, I'm actually judging that. I'll be one of the judges.
Oh, so it's a judging thing?
You know what you got to do, Jules?
It's Aragona's contest.
Very
the
cool.
NASA.
That's this Saturday here?
This Saturday. It's not the finals. I think it's the first round.
Yeah, well,
I know you're not here.
Yeah, you should come in if you can.
I might. I'm not sure if I can. It's my son's birthday on Sunday.
Oh, wow.
So,
the Zach Meister.
Yep, turns 23 on.
Wow.
A week from today.
God.
Damn.
Almost the QC, the quarter century.
Wow.
2 years off.
There's the great Chris Roach.
Oh, there
What's
goes
up,
the
man?
great Chris Roach.
How you doing, buddy?
We all did with our hearts.
I'm going to go say goodnight to the crowd. If you guys are still here, I'll come in. How long you guys going for?
I don't know. Well, I guess
We'll
wait for you.
Yeah, we'll wait for you, man.
All right.
Yeah.
You know I got to say goodnight.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Dude, I love the new act. I haven't seen you in a while.
Oh, yeah.
Good stuff.
See, Chris was like,
That's going to be a really long time.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
It's going to be after the.
They're doing the raffles.
And then he's going to be out there
in the
to say
bar.
goodbye.
He's gonna forget.
Yeah.
Forget,
all right,
or
right.
it's also going to be fucking 2 hours from.
All right, we're out.
And we'll get Chris Roach
So,
another time.
all right, so maybe we'll do next Saturday. You won't be here, unfortunately.
Well, I won't even really be able to come in on Saturday.
You'll be judging.
You won't be. Oh, that's right.
Because I'll be fucking stuck out there.
Yeah, you actually have to watch.
Right, and then I'll be doing some time at the very
All right,
end.
yeah, I'm not. I'll see. Maybe I'll do it.
So I don't want you to just come and be super
who's
disappointed.
on it? Do you know who's performing yet?
I don't. This is such a flyover county to me that
that he doesn't pay attention.
Do they have any headliners like guest spots?
There's not going to be guest spots.
Jules,
it's not like that.
Jules, do you know anything about it? Who else is performing? What can you tell us about it?
And also, when you see a Jules or somebody that you like and that's up there, do you feel you have to give them extra points?
No, I feel like I have to fail them miserably.
Even harder? You go even
harder? So
that
there won't be any thoughts of impropriety on my part.
Me and Tony just judged a comedy thing. We give everybody 10s. 10s across the board.
I think she was getting mad at us.
Yeah, which was weird. Does she really expect us to judge these guys?
Yeah, that's...
it's a charity thing.
It was full of heavy hitters, man. How the hell were we going to do that?
First of all, she's awesome. It was for an awesome, thing, charity and all that stuff.
Right.
But it was, I didn't want to judge the comedians because they were all there volunteering their time for the cause and all that stuff. And it was for the calendar. And, I didn't want to actually judge them, so we just gave everybody 10s, and then we ended up giving the bottle, the prize to Pratt's
Brian
son.
Pratt's.
Brian Pratt's
won the prize. It was a bottle of wine, was it?
Yeah.
Brian's my fave.
Yeah,
Brian's
great,
everybody's
great
fave.
dude.
So what's on? Who's on Conversations this Friday?
I believe it's Laura Patton.
Very nice.
Yeah. Because I have a whole bunch in stock. We got
sister.
Laura Patton, Rick Adana. We just had Clayton Fletcher, so check that one out.
Daddario,
he's got a book. Tom Daddario was an old one. Remember, he asked us not to air it till the strike was over. The strike's over, so I put that one. That's going to be the day after Christmas. And then I have Testimony. Testimony is a phenomenal comedian. She's from Harlem, and she is wild, and you can see some clips of her.
Yeah, the clips I watched were funny.
Yeah, she's freaking funny. She's like AI. She's talking about AI stuff,
having sex with AI robots or some shit. Right?
That there's sex robots that are to the touch, they get turned on. So if you touch like an AI robot on its neck or something, it'll go you touch it, it moans.
Brian's wondering, where do I get one?
Well, that's what I asked Testimony. I'm like, where do I get one? Where do you find these? But yeah, so but Testimonies are really good. I might.
Did you get them? Oh no, he's right there.
When we do Comic Sans again in March, I have a part for her.
Really?
That I didn't tell her about. Yeah, I got to see first of all she's interested in if she wants to act.
Yeah.
And all that, but she's gonna play in the AA scenes. She's gonna be that girl.
Oh, that's
I'm
funny.
pairing her up with Criticos.
Oh, jeez.
And yeah, so it's and you're gonna be in a lot of this shit, man. Because I also found out. So he plays my alter ego in this movie. He's like only I could see him. So we got a courtroom. So Lou Pratt's like, if you ever need a courtroom, you could use my courtroom.
Okay.
So I'm
Oh,
like,
nice.
Who's the Brad Pitt and who's the Norton?
he's definitely in this scenario. He's the Brad Pitt.
I'm
He's
Brad
like,
Pitt.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm the,
I see it.
but
not in looks.
Yeah.
Not in looks. This guy was getting laid and leaving it in at 19.
Yeah,
so.
I was trying to get to her early on.
The sexy grandpa over here.
But now we got the courtroom. I want to do a dream sequence where I'm like, you're guilty, like me. My character is guilty as a hack. You're guilty as a hack, and then you're gonna be sitting in the either in the jury box or somewhere, and you'd be like, told you shouldn't have used those jokes. You got to write some new shit. So I'm fleshing that out too because I want to start getting these shots done soon. Like in March is where I'm aiming for, at least to start getting a lot of these places other than Governor's shot first. Like like the courtroom. I have another place at the theater. We're gonna shoot. There's another location too. There's a couple different locations that I'm trying to get. Oh, Donna Drake Studios. Well, we're gonna have Donna Drake in there. So I got to start making arrangements and getting all that set up. But yeah, me and Tony are trying to flesh all that out.
Kick ass.
And yeah,
looking forward to it. Hey, I'm in.
Yeah, dude. And I'm telling you, the movies has been doing well. It's been a year since we released it the first time. We had that huge thing.
Right.
And we just had our last film festival viewing a couple weeks ago. It did really well. Went over well.
I didn't piss you off there, did I?
When?
At that festival?
No, not at all.
So they show the movie, and do you know Lilo?
Yeah, I only through watching.
Oh, okay. So yeah, she was
like the
hosting
host.
the event, like doing the red carpet interviews, and I find Lilo hot and have been flirting with her for years and years. So at the end of this particular part of the festival, they were doing like a Q&A forum with all the people involved with each movie. So we're up there with maybe 10 other people.
Yeah, there's a bunch of all the other movies.
Yeah, and they were all taking their turns, and they're all, and I don't mean this in a negative way, but they all had a lot to say.
Right.
So it was going on for a while, and then Don had his turn, and like he's nailing all the points, everything that I would have thought to say he already covered. Some people were asking questions, he's answering something. I'm like, and so in my head, I'm like, I have no business being up here. Like I didn't grab the mic once. Don tried to at one point tried to get me in, which is great.
Yeah.
Right.
But I really had nothing to offer at this point, so I just grabbed the mic.
Like I go, Tony, why are you here? Or whatever.
I just grabbed the mic and go, I'm only here to see Lilo. And I give the mic back to Don.
Nice.
But then I did feel bad after. I'm like, I didn't mean to be disrespectful.
No, it was funny. Everybody knew you were the
around.
comedy guy because when I was introduced, I said, I'm here with Tony Walker. I ordered all Tony getting Governors. He's the Governor's guy.
Right.
So they knew that you were the Governor's dude and you're a comic.
But I felt bad
Once people know you're a comic or assume you're a comic, then you have like a license to just.
They almost expect it.
Yeah, right.
They
They want
to be funny.
Yeah. So yeah, that was what was cool about that last one. That was called NYLIF, the New York Long Island Film Festival. And what was cool about that one for me was that it was super local. It was all local. It wasn't like the other one we did in Long Beach, where the Long Beach one was great too. Thanks again. Shout out to Jules for setting that up. But that was international.
Right.
This one was all local. So we got to mix it up with a lot of local actors and local filmmakers, and the guy who runs it, Jerry Parisi, is that his name?
No,
What's his name?
Jerry Ferranti?
Ferranti, yeah. Sorry, Jerry, if you're watching.
Jerry Parisi is a completely different dude.
Why is that name in my head?
He's a filmmaker too.
Okay. So anyway, Jerry Ferranti was there, and there was a lot of great filmmakers, and I guess I always urge everybody to support local film, local art, local comedy. local music, because this is where it all starts for a lot of these, to take off. It all starts at the local level, and I'm still on the fence whether or not I'm going to submit this movie into other film festivals. Now we've done a whole year of them,
right?
And now I kind of want to just focus on writing the next one,
and
get that off and running.
But there may be some cool news with Comic Sans coming soon, right?
Yes, so I think I could maybe announce that now.
Can you? Yeah.
So Michael Loftus, who's a comedian, he is putting together this his own streaming service called TST. Like, it's for that show tonight, so it's called TST. I forget what it's called, streaming service. But I've been working with him and trying to help him launch this thing and create content for it and all this stuff. So he's including Comic Sans in there. So Comic Sans will be available for public viewing soon.
Jerry Ferretti.
Jerry Ferretti.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, Jerry Ferretti is the guy from Nihilif.
It was killing me.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's a local musician too. He's in he does Elvis impersonations and yeah, he's an actor and he's one of those guys that's just everywhere.
Yeah, Renaissance man.
The Renaissance guy. I'm trying to get him on the show. And I know Tony was trying to get him on his one too, but it's just hard to get hold of that guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so with this thing, when this works out with Loftus, they included our movie, kind of throwing us a bone, and said, "Hey, I'll put your movie on the streaming service." So when that's out and ready, I'll send that out to everybody. We could share that and hopefully see what happens. I don't know anything about money or any of that kind of stuff yet with this.
What would you say Loftus is? Claim to fame, doesn't he? Didn't he work on all the Kevin James different series?
He wrote a lot of. He's definitely a writer and producer of sitcoms. He's a comedian. He had his own show for a while, like a talk show. He's very conservative based American. He calls his comedy American comedy. He's on Greg Gutfeld's show a lot.
Right.
He's a regular on that. But yeah, his bread and butter is in the writing. He's a writer, and when you talk writing with him, like, I work with him a lot on his TST show, on that show tonight. Mm-hmm. And when you talk writing with him and comedy writing, it's that's when I start to pay attention. I'm like, so Michael, what else? He's just shooting the shit, but to me, I'm like learning. I'm like,
dude, it's all about the writing. As much as everything else is, it starts with the writing.
It all starts with the writing, man, for sure. You gotta, And he will tell you he's a huge Star Wars. Do you know who Michael Loftus is?
I don't.
He's been a comedian for years. He's stand up. He's
local Long Island guy or
no? He's originally from Ohio.
Okay, yeah.
He still lives in Ohio. He comes. He
does?
Yeah, he has an apartment. When he comes home, when he comes to Long Island, he stays in this apartment in Farmingdale.
Holy shit! I
thought
he was a local guy.
He likes being on Long Island because he does a lot of work out east.
Okay.
But then he also goes into Manhattan for the Gutfeld show, all the Fox stuff. He does a lot of Fox News stuff.
Right.
And he wrote a lot of the Kevin James stuff. I think he was the main producer, and he's really good friends with Kevin James. But Kevin James,
does he write comedy for James, like his stand-up?
He doesn't write stand-up for him, just the show. He wrote that NASCAR show, whatever that was on Netflix too.
Right, okay.
The Pit?
That bombed. Yeah. That was Loftus as well, was involved in that. Loftus was also on what was the show that Charlie Sheen did after he left the other show? Remember they had the show with the 2.5 Men?
Yeah, no, right.
Anger Management.
Right.
Loftus was a producer and writer on that as well, and really good friends with Charlie Sheen. And now he's teaming up. He's got Kevin Sorbo is involved in this whole streaming service thing, and so it's just cool. But yeah, when Loftus, he's a huge Star Wars nerd, and he's really disappointed with a lot of the shows that've been on Disney. And that's when he starts talking about writing. He's like, the story arc, and he'll draw the arc. He's like, they're missing all this.
That's a nerd.
Yeah, but it's also, and as far as storytelling as a writer, you're like, oh yeah, you're missing all these key elements of writing. So then, for me, I'm like kind of trying to absorb that part of it, not so much the nerd stuff. But I'm like,
the whole Star Wars thing, got oversaturated.
Yeah, they killed, and they did the same thing with the superheroes.
Right, with Disney owning it, they just fucking
They ruined
blanketed everything, and it's just too much. You can't even.
You can't even follow it.
I thought I was old and I can't remember shit. No, it's just there's too much shit to remember.
Especially with the superhero shit.
Yeah, no,
everything ties into everything. It's like what happened to me with comic books. I used to love comic books when I was young. Right. Then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, if I don't read Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man, then I don't know what's going on in the Avengers.
Well, they used to reference other issues of other titles.
Yeah.
In the
and you'd have to like
and if you wanted to see what they were talking about.
Yeah, it was like when in the 70s when you only had 3 channels, and then in the 80s all the cable channels came out.
That's exactly right.
You lost the
exactly
track of
right. That's what's happening now. There's so many shows.
Too much.
People like, did you see this one? Did you see? I'm
it's
like,
oversaturated. With everybody's got to fucking do something with it. It's
when I'm looking for something to watch, if I see it's a series, I skip it. I'm like, I can't get into another.
I got a question. All right, so back in the day when you used to watch a show every week,
right?
You remembered it more. Like when you binge watch, you can't remember as much as you did when you. I don't know. For me, that's the way it is.
I don't enjoy binge watching because I miss the days of, like The Sopranos, probably the last one, at least in my head, where you had to wait a week. So during that week, you would talk about it.
You
look forward to the next one. It had that buildup of what's going to happen next. We're binge watching. You can watch a whole series in one day, and then you're done.
And you're done, and you're like, "What happened?"
And then you miss it. Yeah, you don't remember.
Have no idea. You're like, "Oh yeah, right, that happened."
I
I
totally prefer it.
I watched
totally
The Wire.
You prefer binge?
Yeah, waiting a fucking week. Shut the fuck up.
It's so funny.
Just let me watch this at my own pace.
I saw a great meme. It was like, hey, you want to watch a movie for 10 hours? No. You want to watch 1-hour shows?
Yeah.
Sure.
Dude, Law and Order. Law and Order was the original that would suck you in.
Yeah.
And you'd have to watch until they stopped doing Law and Order on that channel.
Remember that show, the show The Wire?
Yeah.
So I binge watched. I never saw it.
Right.
And everybody said so. Then I binged the whole thing. When it was done, I actually went through a postpartum of missing that show.
That's
you know.
Ted Lasso's like that. Yeah. There's actually Slow Horses on Apple.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh my God, Gary Oldman plays the head of a section of MI6 or MI5, and he's a total douchebag to all the people who work for him. He's so
Gary
abusive.
Oldman rocks, man.
He is awesome. I had no idea he was English for the longest time.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I saw an interview. I'm like, this guy's fucking English? Holy shit. Yeah. I saw him on The Professional. I'm like, this guy's a great fucking actor.
Yeah.
See, I saw him
True Romance.
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead with Tim Roth.
Uh-huh.
And that's the first thing I saw them, and I was a senior in high school.
Riding around in a train, or a fake train?
I mean...
Yeah, it's weird. I think
a boat.
It's trippy, right?
Well, it's trippy because it deals with the idea of what characters do when they're not on stage.
Yeah.
And so it's just this nothingness of them wasting time, and then all of a sudden in the distance you'll see this commotion and it's coming at them, and it's the play.
Right.
And all of a sudden they're in the play and they're delivering their lines,
wow.
and then all of a sudden the play is gone and they're left there.
To
then again wait until the next time.
You watch it.
Yeah, it is so great. But I saw that in 1992.
Yeah.
So that was.
How old are you?
I'm 48. Yeah. I was in high school.
You, brother.
But True Romance was the best, man. It ain't White Boy Day.
Dexter.
Yo, Well, I saw that in the fucking theater. That's the only way to see that movie.
That was one of the greatest movies.
I want to talk to you afterwards.
Oh, okay. I'll come find you.
Joe.
That was one of the True Romance is one of the best movies that nobody knows about. Yeah. You know what I mean?
To me, that was everything, because I was huge into Sonny Chiba movies growing up too. So even down to that, that's when I realized that Quentin Tarantino and I were going to get along just fine.
Tarantino, that was one of the best scripts ever. Yeah. One of the best scenes ever was when the cigarette, the whole thing with. I'll take a cigarette now. He's like, you know about the Moors or whatever.
You said you're Sicilian, right?
Yeah, you say Sicilian, right?
I think I told you. Yeah. I saw Quentin Tarantino on Broadway. He did. If you remember this movie from the '60s, Wait Until Dark. It was a play first.
I remember that.
Richard Crenna, I think, was the main guy in the movie.
And Tarantino was acting in it?
He was acting. It was him.
Wow.
He was the main guy, and Marissa Tomei was the female lead.
Wow, that's cool.
She was fantastic, although I've heard in real life she's such a C-word.
Really?
I've heard she's awful.
Oh, that's sad.
But
she's so hot. Take care, buddy.
But Tarantino was awful. I walked out of this thing so upset.
Take care, Peter.
Take care, Peter.
Good night, Peter. Yeah, so upset because he was awful in this play.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, it was a Broadway. It was on Broadway. The two of them. Yeah, about 20 years ago, maybe.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's fucking awesome. I would love to have seen them.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Brett, have you ever seen True Romance? You know the
Oh
movie?
yeah. Gandolfini.
Young Gandolfini, young Brad Pitt. Before Brad Pitt really became Brad Pitt, it was like just on the cusp of becoming Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Don't ever fucking chastise me, man. Or no, don't ever condescend me, man." When Gandolfini's like, "Hey, how are you? Is he home?" Whatever he's saying.
Now, all right.
I don't know,
Here's
man.
a little useless trivia. Name the other movie that Brad Pitt and James Gandolfini.
The
were in.
Mexican.
Awful movie.
Yeah,
it was so.
I kind of
bad.
liked it, but it was
Did
bad.
you?
It was bad, but I liked it. It's like a guilty pleasure. Like I know it was bad, but I liked
A
it.
stretch for Gandolfini because he played a homosexual.
Yeah, that's right.
A stretch.
A stretch for Gandolfini because he plays a lot of manly men.
Dude, that was one of the greatest fight scenes ever in True Romance. Where he's like, "Come on,
Oh yes.
come on, right here, baby!" As he
Yep.
fucking goes in the foot with
Yep.
the corkscrew.
Yep.
One of the greatest fight scenes ever when he throws in the shower.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit! If anyone is watching this and has not seen True Romance, you have to see it. It's one of the greatest movies ever. It's Tarantino didn't direct it, but he wrote the script. It was one of the first scripts.
The first things that he did that got produced.
Yeah, it's a great. Balky's in it.
Oh, that's right.
Bronson Yale School of Drama grad, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, I knew that.
When my uncle went there, it was always like anybody Sigourney Weaver.
yeah.
Like it's like okay, Sigourney Weaver, got it.
And the star of it was what's his face? I used to love that kid.
Christian
Slater.
He's one of Christian Slater's one of the impressions that I used to do all the time as a kid.
I came up here to kill you, but you already beat me to it. From Heathers. Yeah. Christian Slater is fucking great actor. He's still doing it. He's still acting.
Yeah.
He's still acting, man. He's still doing his best Nicholson.
Well, see, and here's the thing. I used to do this whole thing where it was like, a lot of people say that I sound like Jack Nicholson or I'm trying to do an impression of him. But actually, Uncle Jack's up here. And there's a tension that Uncle Jack has that little pussy could only hope.
Very good. That's a good Jack.
So that used to be my again conversational bit.
I always think when we talked to Kevin Pollak that time.
Oh, dude, I was fucking like,
when he was talking about Nicholson, doing that scene on the stand, and he starts yelling, and he totally ad-libbed where he references to Kevin Pollak.
Weinstein.
Right, and Kevin Pollak saying he was actually sitting there watching at the time. So Nicholson really did point at him, and he scared the shit out of me.
That's great.
Amazing.
That was a great movie. That was probably Nicholson's. He's been so big. I love Jack Nicholson. He's probably my favorite actor ever. But that scene when he's like, you need people like me deep down in places where you only talk about and whatever that whole
You
thing.
want me on that wall.
Yeah,
you need me on that wall.
So that should be the next Comic Sans speech.
Yeah.
All right, let's get out of here. We've been on for over 2 hours.
Yeah.
All right, Conversations Friday. Are we doing it Friday?
Oh, Tony, I've always told you that's up to you. You just have to be open to the experience.
What is everybody doing for Thanksgiving?
My house with my parents.
Nice. Dad's going to be there?
No, he's in Colorado. I call my mom and my stepdad my parents. It's just easier that way.
All right, gotcha.
Now, and you're going to North Carolina. Who's going?
All my kids. So I'm going to have all of them, all 6 with Sophie.
Dad going too?
No, he's not going. He always goes to Carol. So the Thanksgiving is weird. Like throughout our lives, like once we all became adults, my sister goes with her in-laws. My brother was with his. Was always with mine, and then my father goes with his. So it's we all just go our in-law people, and so but this time around we're all gathering up at Wendy's sister's house. Cool. Alicia, she also lives in North Carolina.
That's great.
And she invited. I said, "You sure you want to invite all of them? You want all my kids to this, mother?" Yeah. And their boyfriends and wife and grandkids and this and that. So they're like, "Yeah, bring them all." I was like, "Okay, okay."
Deal no backseas.
So it's going to be a great time. Alicia and Jeff are great people. Wendy's mother will be there. And then all 6 of the kids and the 2 grandkids. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And then all my little in-law guys, my little son-in-law boys, even though they're not married yet to them, and then except for one, and then my daughter-in-law. So the family keeps growing. It's pretty awesome.
That's great. All right. So yeah, yes or no for Friday? What do you want?
I have something that night, but I am free. So if you'd like to, I have no problem.
All right. Yeah, maybe we'll do it. Why not? Yeah, maybe we will.
Rock and roll.
All right.
Black Friday, give people something to do while they're shopping.
True.
Nobody does that shit.
Speaking of Black Friday, I'll have Sean Elliott on Tuesday. We'll be here on the show. Tomorrow I got Sean Kearns. Comedian Sean Kearns is coming in. So that'll be fun. His mother, I went to high school with his mother.
Cool.
And she was hot, and she's still hot now.
Nice. Sean Kearns, is he the kid who used to wear like a bow tie or something? Didn't you have a friend? As a friend of Zach's, he was doing comedy for a little bit.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
I know what you're talking about. His name is bugging me, but no, that's not him.
Okay.
No, this is somebody completely different. He was doing comedy for a while, got into some trouble here at Governor's, so he was not welcome here for a while.
Wow.
But he had some issues. He cleaned up, and now he's welcome back here again. He's trying to get back going. This will be his second time on the show. He's a good guy.
Cool.
So we're looking forward to that. All right.
Mm-hmm. Awesome sauce.
Everybody enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thanks for joining us. And thanks, Fat Chick.
Fat Chick?
Yeah, Fat Chick blows for food. I think it's both.